much has the prep switched up for you now that you actually have an opponent, the game plan, you can study tendencies and things like that? Or how many tendencies are you actually looking at, given that it's week 1?
The prep hasn't really changed for me at all. Throughout the preseason till now, I still watch the same stuff: base downs, third downs, red zone, a lot of other stuff that I need to watch. So it's really just doing it for real now. Against just a real NFL atmosphere, and go do it for the first time.
What is it feeling heading into week 1, and what are you seeing from them on defense that you're preparing for?
They're very sound. They're not going to beat themselves. It's a very good defense. They do a lot of different things up front and coverage-wise that you got to be ready for. But at the end of the day, we got to make plays in the run game. I got to put the ball in my playmakers' hands. Let those guys make plays for us.
It seems likely they would kind of try to sell out to stop Red based on what you guys have shown so far and take their chances against whatever else you guys can do. You kind of comfortable knowing that that's a possibility?
It's gonna be hard to stop Zero. He's one of the best route runners out there. But we got guys, behind him who gonna make plays in Van, Chim, Ellick, tight end group, Gunn and Chig. So I'm surrounded by playmakers. I just gotta do my job, put the ball in their hands, let them catch the ball, and they gonna do the rest.
Cam, Sean Payton said that he wants to test you and see how you'll handle pressure. When you hear something like that, like how do you respond? What do you think of that being the challenge he wants to present?
Know your protection, get the ball out. Don't let them kill you. That's really all you can do to handle pressure, no matter what the blitz you call. The blitz still got to get there. So, a lot of stuff can get watered up at the line of scrimmage. But, I'm just continue to listen to my coaches who, prep me, for the past week's preseason game, protect myself, and then put the ball in the playmaker's hand.
What do you think, Cam, you've always said you're a gunslinger and you like that style of play. How do you balance that versus not wanting to create any kind of big, turnovers, especially in week 1?
I'm not really worried about turnovers. I don't think quarterbacks had a turnover-free season in the NFL, so, I would like to be the first one, but, it's not chances. The odds not in my favor right now, so, I'm not really worried about that. I'm more about, just continue to move the chains on first, second down, trying to stay out of third and long. Then if we get a situation like third and long, got to convert. So, we just got to be good up front, good in my position, good in the running backs and receivers. I think we'll have a good game.
Cam, how old were you the first time you thought about being an NFL quarterback, and what do you think it's going to be like when you walk in the huddle for the first time Sunday as a pro?
I was probably about 6. I knew I was going to go pro or something, whether it's football, basketball, baseball. That's always been a dream of mine. But I'm excited to, get out there in a real game atmosphere, sold out crowd, try to get a win out there.
You feel like there'll be some butterflies?
Not really. At the end of the day, it's football. I've been doing it my whole life. So I know Coach Callahan will put the ball in my hands. I'll make sure, the ball goes to the right people.
Yeah, I'd asked Coach Callahan about what makes a rookie quarterback successful in the first official start. He said he thinks sometimes it can be made too big a deal or too much of a benchmark. In the first official game, how do you view that?
I just view it as doing my job, I would say. I think Tennessee took me for a reason, that I'm capable of throwing the ball and leading the offense, to score a lot of points. And, I'm just trying to do my 111. Everybody has a job in our offense. Everybody got to contribute to, hopefully coming out there with a win.
Cam, you've had your parents at every single one of your games. Obviously, they'll be at the opener as well. I guess what will that mean for you and your family, knowing that this is like kind of the start, like the regular season for them to like having that moment with them?
It's a blessing. Them never missed one of my games. Not a lot of kids, have the luxury of having that. So, I'm blessed to, have those two as my parents. But I know they're excited. I think they could always be more nervous than me. But, it's exciting to have both my parents in the stands. I know they're going to be, hopefully come out there with a win.
Cam, what did you think of Ellick getting named in the first team depth chart? What he kind of showed you in training camp this season?
Oh, that's good. He deserves it. He's somebody who works hard every day, who in here early, working hard every day. He watches a lot of tape. So for him to be named a starter is not a surprise to nobody in this building. And I think the biggest thing that I think Ellick's grown in is just adjusting to different, I would say, situations, especially the DB plays that he can face against when he went against A.J. Terrell, he's going to get Snead, when he went against the Bucks and Dean. So, he's got the best of a lot of those guys. I think Elliott's going to end up being one of the best route runners at the end of his career. But I think right now, me and him are the good space mentally. We're in a good space where I can trust him. He can trust me. He knows what I like and what I see space-wise in the film. And the ball gonna go 5 way. I'm pretty sure every time he open, I'm gonna try to get him the ball. He wins the man coverage, so he's a good cat. I mean, he's a team player, and I'm excited to have him with me.
Do you have any specific goals you've set for yourself as a rookie this season?
Win a lot of football games. Last year we were the worst team in the league. This year we're trying to flip that around. So my goal is to win games. I think win and take care of everything.
You made a habit of getting to the stadium early. What's your pregame routine look like, and what do you try to accomplish leading up to an hours before kickoff?
I say just get my mind right. A lot of reminiscing, and then just really staying in the moment. Making every moment, special. Not a lot of people get the opportunity to play NFL football. So, every time, I get a chance to strap a up, I'll make sure I'm trying to have everybody remember it.
What do you like to listen to in your pregame routine?
Just a lot of stuff. A lot of time I actually like to listen to nothing. I like to just sit there in silence and just think, honestly. So I like the silence.
With the headphones on in silence?
Mm-hmm.
What do you
In the
think about-
silence.
Do you play? Do you do plays, run through plays in your head?
Oh, yeah. And I would say more of that is like the night before the game, because when they get to game day, I'm going to play football. I prepared the whole week. I know what I'm going to get from another team defensively. But it's also going to be things in the game that you got to adjust to coverage-wise or front-wise. But I'm just ready to play. I'm ready for Callahan to call the play, me to draw it up in my mind, know where everybody is, and go execute.
On the whole, how ready do you feel this team is to get the season started?
I feel we're ready for week 1, especially going against a team like that. It's coming off a playoff appearance, and, those guys are good over there in Denver. So, they're going to have their hands full. We're going to have our hands full. We're trying to go out there and get a win. Defensively, I think we're one of the most sound defenses in the NFL, especially when we play together. Offensively, I think we'll be able to put up some points.
Did you have to deal with much altitude when you were at Washington State? Just kind of what do you know or what have you been told about playing in those high-altitude games?
I really never had to deal with it at Wazoo. We played over there. I played in Colorado before. It's not, at least to me, it's not really, I don't notice a difference in altitude. But, my goal is to go over there and try to win a game. That's our goal this week. It's going to be our goal every week.
Good.
Thanks, Cam.
Appreciate it.
Good luck.
There you go, QB1, Cam Ward. This is 3HL 104.5 The Zone. And Titans playing the Broncos on Sunday, man. That game 1's coming up quickly. Yes, it is. You're so disappointed.
Yes, it is. I got you. I know you're doing a whole lot back there, brother. I got you. Well, thank you.
Man, we just sent the Blackhawk right into the pavement, is what just happened.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Brett Doherty here with you on a beautiful day in the
What up,
Music
Mayor?
City. It is Wednesday, which means what?
Dave!
There he is. He's Ron Slay.
I'm in the building.
You know how you don't talk to a pitcher when he's throwing a no-hitter?
Yeah. Let him go.
That's how I felt yesterday when you had Delaney Walker in the boom boom room.
It was
That
rolling
was so
up.
good.
Notice how sometimes I'll pop my head into the boom boom room a little bit. I just sat there.
Babsy was summoned into the boom boom room yesterday.
I know.
She got an affidavit.
Things that
He asked me afterwards about my dog. He's like, "So what's up with your dog?" I'm like, "Listen, he's a rescue. He hates men."
What's up with your dog?
It's not like I bring him out in public. Or anything.
I also love how, like, when people go, "What's wrong with your dog?" Your first thing out of your mouth, he's a rescue. Like,
you know those
not
dogs
his
are crazy.
fault.
Yeah,
you never know what happened before
He's
he got
also
to
a
me.
Catahoula, which if you read anything about that breed, they kind of crazy too.
Speaking of, Don Davenport is here, y'all.
Hey.
What up, Babsy?
I'm in the building.
Yes.
So, Babs, I got to ask you a question on the front end of today's show.
Okay.
Bama fans have been
They're unhinged.
unhinged like since the loss to Florida State.
Oh, it's so
But
good.
now you've got all these former Crimson Tide players that are all over it.
If you are referencing A.J. McCarron, I do believe how
He's not the only one.
everybody knows how I feel about him.
He is not the only one, but yes. Yeah.
What are you doing, Slay? Like, is that like the yoga pose?
This is a state of zen where you watch chaos and everything around you just go. And you're enjoying it. You find your peaceful self, and when you open your eyes, you can see the chaos, but it has nothing to do with you. Like,
It's not a hatred thing either. It's not even a dislike thing. It's an entertainment thing.
Yes.
And it's like, y'all, so I've said this, like my friends that are Bama fans have consistently said during the Nick Saban era, we know how ridiculous this is, and we know what's going to happen when he leaves. I don't think a large percentage of the fan base thought that way, but
bingo.
I mean, 5-5 in the last 10 with 4 losses coming against unranked opponents. Saban, meanwhile, had won 100 straight against unranked opponents. You can find stats like this all over the place. It's crazy.
Dog.
Just 14 games in.
The only thing about it, Babsy, it's not the people from the outside. Like, it's their own people, their own fans, their own alums that are attacking him. Like, you didn't even have to send a Trojan horse in with this. You can just say, close the gates, and we'll implode on our own. But we'll also put up walls that are see-through where you can watch it. And we're outside the walls looking through, like the Titans roof that'll be on the stadium that everybody kept asking about. Why is not a roof on that? It will be a roof. It's what is it, translucent or?
That's a good word for it.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a see-through roof that, but you don't see shadows and things like that. It's high
And
tech.
the heat of the sun is minimized.
Bingo.
Yep.
So, but
Bert Nihil did a great job explaining that
Absolutely.
yesterday.
Just go back and check it out.
How about 70% exchange rate from PSL owners in
That's dope.
the current Nissan Stadium to the new one? 70%.
Sometimes you just got to be quiet and get out the way.
I didn't mean to interrupt your Bama thing because I know non-Bama people are y'all Bama fans. You're just going to have to deal with this because non-Bama people have dealt with the success of that program forever, and it's a delightful thing to be, like place to be.
You can't interrupt it. This is an ongoing thing. Like, you can throw grenades. It's not going to do anything. This is them. They're doing this. Like,
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're just sitting out here watching.
That's all, man. It's wild, man. This is college football, though.
So Chris Lowe and Andy Staples wrote a piece together for On3.com, and this was in that piece. And again, you can search it out, and it's worth reading. It's really good. But he writes, or one of them writes, as one longtime Alabama donor, and not just any donor, but the kind who has their portrait hanging in the Donor Hall of Recognition at Bryant-Denny Stadium, told On3, quote, "We're spoiled, always have been. But when we put a team out there that looks uninspired, like we have far too many times these past 2 years, and lose to teams that were clearly more talented than, that's when it becomes a problem. And not just a bunch of spoiled fans griping." Here's the thing about, look, Kalen DeBoer had tons of success at Washington. He is a good football coach. It's just clearly, at this point, a bad fit, right?
Who's the good fit, though?
Why is it a bad fit?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's the good fit?
Here,
I don't understand. Well, I do understand it a little bit, Mayor, because Brian Harsin was a bad fit for Auburn, but he's a good football
winner, though,
coach, right? But
Do you have to
I don't put Brian Harsin and Kalen DeBoer in the same.
I wouldn't
no, like Brian Harsin is when he was at Auburn, he was an arrogant, like, kind of awful person.
Don't you, on some level,
But that's not DeBoer.
have to have some kind of working knowledge about what the South is like?
Absolutely. Your staff.
So this is in this piece, too. The lingering question, is he a good fit at Alabama or even a good fit in the SEC? Quote, "You need to be able to coach Southern guys," a coach's agent, not DeBoer, said. "They want to be coached hard. Look at the way Kirby Smart coaches."
No kidding.
Yeah.
I watched George's practice on Thursday.
Yeah, you get out them.
He's got his microphone.
Yeah.
Always. He is on their butts.
All the time.
And the players will tell you the minute he's not on your butt in practice, you're in trouble
Yeah.
because he doesn't care.
You don't want that.
He is on everybody. He coaches them very hard. So yeah, there's a point to that.
For me, outside looking in, maybe it's personality type too, because Nick Saban was as intense as any coach has ever been. So you go from him to DeBoer, who by all accounts is an exceptionally good dude and gives a long rope and gives you freedom. If you go from that kind of standard with Nick Saban, that kind of room, to all of a sudden having a bunch of freedom.
Yeah.
Maybe kids take advantage of that
Yeah.
a little bit.
Could be.
I don't know.
No, I
There's-
think,
I mean, that's the talk
something-
on fan message boards that they see it in the hotels where Alabama fans stay.
yeah.
No discipline.
You also got to understand too, like when you, like you said before, recruiting that caliber of player put with other players of that high caliber, it's got to be a communication. You know what I mean? Even if it's not from you, you got to have somebody. And I think Hypo does a great job of this, pointing at him coming from that Pruitt era, like that hard nose, you know what I mean, discipline, whatever it may be. But you still have people on the staff like a Rodney Gardner, like a Tim Banks, like people that can reach the athletes, you know what I mean, where it doesn't get back to you. So if you need to be good cop, bad cop, you can do that. It just seems like he's good cop. Who's the bad cop? You know what I'm saying? For Alabama. You got to have one.
These clips rolling around
It's wild.
of Bama defenders,
It's wild.
not just getting blocked, but getting drilled
Yeah.
and taking bad angles and going at feet. And like, it's all a combination of a bunch of things you just haven't seen in forever there.
You haven't. You have not. And I think why the noise is so loud too is because this run was so long. You gather this young generation of fans.
They don't
that
know
have
any
been like, they don't know no different.
They don't know what
So
it
this
feels
is-
like to be in the dumps.
Bingo. So what you were talking about, older fans, you know what I mean? Our age is like, oh yeah, man, we know this is how it
It's
goes. That was a hell of a
cyclical.
run.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
blah,
is what
blah,
it's going. They don't know.
But
Since
what
birth.
about about like sophomore student at Alabama that all they know is the Kalen
Come on,
DeBoer when they're in school anyway?
Yo, but they came because Saban.
They came because
And them
Right.
because Tide.
premier
and all that.
athletes they were going to get.
I mean,
I'll never forget Derrick Henry talking about Saban. He's like, there would be times where you would hate him.
Yeah.
But you knew he was going to prepare you for life. He was going to prepare you for life in the NFL. Everything you did, it was treated like a business there from the standpoint of how everything happened. Training, practices, academics, taking care of your body. All of it was the ultimate goal to get you to the NFL.
Never see a successful program in high school or anything that doesn't have that standard of coach that was a leader, that was a father figure of some sort, but I mean, wring your neck, but loves you too. I don't know one. Coach Smith is at Oak Hill Academy, Naismith Hall of Fame and everything, one of the most mild-mannered guys you ever meet. But I seen the other side too, that everybody don't get to see. And to be able to coach them athletes, you got to have that side, and he had it.
you know, it's so funny too to think about how things happen in life, because Nick Saban could have very easily never have coached at Alabama.
Yeah.
They offered the job to Rich Rodriguez, who was at West Virginia. Rich Rodriguez said yes, but said, I'm going to sleep on it, but I'm going to do it, but let me sleep on it, and then we'll do the press conference tomorrow and all that stuff. He slept on it and stayed at West Virginia. That's when they went back to Nick Saban, who said, I'm not going to coach at Alabama.
He know how to coach that caliber.
So had
Then
Rich
I'm coaching
Rodriguez
at Alabama.
had Rich Rodriguez taken the job,
And Rich Rod would not be back at West Virginia
No,
right
he
now,
wouldn't.
most likely.
where would
So-
Saban have been though? Like,
That's-
where would he
that's
have
the question.
landed? I don't remember what jobs came open back in those, couple
I
years
don't
in
either. That was
07.
So
Who was
long
at
ago.
LSU at the time?
Well, he went to the Dolphins.
I know, but when he was coming back, who was at
Oh,
LSU?
yeah,
Wasn't Les. Somebody before that.
I don't remember.
I can't either.
Maybe it was Les.
It would have had to been a big dog to go get him, though.
615-737-1045.
Mr. Babs texted, is Alabama coaching situation similar to when Jimmy Johnson left Dallas and Barry Switzer came in?
Well, Barry won a Super Bowl though.
And
But totally different
Totally different.
styles.
Oh,
I mean,
totally
isn't
different.
that what was the White House
Yeah.
years for the Dallas Cowboys, right?
Yep. But guess what, Babsy? At Oklahoma, on that little documentary, that was the problem. Aikman wanted him to be like the Oklahoma Barry Switzer. So he did already show that side. He just grew older and was a little bit more Rick Barnes-ish.
Yeah.
Rick Barnes was a terror at Texas. Got to Tennessee, and they started calling him Deacon Rick.
Denver is good. The Broncos are really good. We know that. Rhett Bryan was on with Ramon and Will this morning,
that's a good
and
comparison.
he broke down like why Denver is good. We'll play that for you. Also, the key matchup, Ridley against Surtain 2, because Surtain 2 is going to travel.
Oh, he can't wait.
And we'll give you some background on Surtain 2 and how good he is. Also, a key, protect Cam. A lot of sacks last year. So we'll talk about all that when we come back. We do have a ton of college football to get to, and if you guys want to talk about Alabama, we will do that before we get into the NFL stuff. So if you want to continue this discussion, we are certainly here for you. 3HL, Wednesday edition, 104.5 The Zone. You know how life can change in an instant? A car wreck can throw everything off, man, and can totally rip apart your life in every kind of way. Your job, your bills, your peace of mind. That's when you need our good friends at Bart Durham Injury Law. Bart Durham Injury Law has been in this market forever, and they've helped so many Middle Tennesseans in very difficult situations, and they do it from the heart. Marine veteran Blair Durham and his team have been fighting for folks in Tennessee for years, making sure insurance companies pay up. I've known Blair a long time. He is a great dude. And again, it comes back to care. And that's where these guys are. No upfront costs, no waiting around, just real people making sure you get what you deserve. So if you've been injured, or maybe it hasn't happened yet, but you need to take note of this. Get this phone number. You never know when you're going to need it. So if you've been injured, don't wait. Call BDIL, Bart Durham Injury Law, at 615-242-9000. That's 615-242-9000. They're here 24/7 and ready to fight for you. 615-242-9000. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Bama fans, where are you at? Non-Bama fans, where are you at?
Right.
Non-Bama fans, how much delight are you taking in this 5-5 in the last 10 games thing?
And added on to that, knowing that you don't even have to say nothing.
And just sit there and watch. Like you're at the zoo.
Yes.
You're literally watching the monkeys throw poo against the window.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is it.
Not only have they lost 5 games in the last 10, 4 of them they were favored by 13.5 or more, and they lost outright.
Yeah,
to unranked teams.
No question about it. It is. See.
Listen, we're going to talk plenty of Titans, but since we're on this,
welcome to Earth.
That was F-Dog.
That was definitely so.
AJ McCarron, we were talking about fans have been irate, right? Now you're starting to see all these former Bama players that are not good with where they are right now.
After one loss.
Well, one loss this year.
Yeah, but that's all you got to go on.
They were already mad about last year.
They can go undefeated.
Here's what happened. They were mad about last year, right? First season where they didn't win double-digit games in what, since Ryan Williams had been alive, is what he said.
Yeah.
So 2007, I guess, Saban's first year. So you go through that, but all off-season, what did we hear at SEC Media Days?
This is it.
Alabama's back.
Yep.
They could win the national title. They're going to be so good on defense. I'm like, all those clips of Florida State players running through Alabama players, you just haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah.
And so now former players are coming out. So here's A.J. McCarron, former Bama quarterback.
Oh, gosh, this.
He's going after stud wide receiver Ryan Williams after the Florida State loss.
I love this.
Your other prime leader on offense, whether you like it or not, is Ryan Williams because of his star power and how many plays he made last year. They moved him around this game to try to help him so he's not just stuck outside going against roll coverage, 2 over the top of him, everything else. They try to move him inside slot. That's some of the worst route running I've ever seen in my life. Ever. He was non-existent in this game. He plays way too high. He doesn't look any bigger. He doesn't look any stronger. He doesn't look any faster. He runs way too high for a slot receiver. He was getting gloved in this game.
Gloved.
And I'm standing on the sideline. I was there at the game watching it with my own two eyes right there on the sideline, had perfect view, and this kid was getting gloved.
I know you damn pissed yourself.
He needs to step up. All this hype and everything, guess what? You're not getting drafted off 1 year. You're not Jeremiah Smith, brother. Jeremiah Smith could have came out last year, been the first pick overall. You're not at that level. So step up, make plays, get open. You're jogging way too many routes. Somebody needs to challenge him.
Dude, that's the other thing.
Unhinged.
Dude, that's the other thing. When he said jogging, that clicked in my head. You saw these clips where Bama players on defense were jogging.
Yeah, which you would never see because they would be benched so fast.
We're not.
Listen, they thought, listen, we are the top program. We're the top dog in college football, all of this. Like, NIL won't matter for us because everybody will want to come play here because of just the eliteness of this program. And NIL changes absolutely everything
Sure does.
for those top programs, too.
And so then it's, people are talking. So, again, Chris Lowe, if you want to read this piece, it's good. Chris Lowe and Andy Staples, some great journalists. The headline of this piece on on3.com, early in Kalen DeBoer's tenure at Alabama, power brokers and boosters are growing concerned. So the buyout apparently is $70 million. Okay? So then you're
Imagine
talking about...
what you could get in NIL for $70 million.
Then you're talking about... It's not just the $70 million buyout. You're also having to pay your roster every year, too, now, right? Like, this is how different everything is. Like, see, maybe 6 years ago you eat a buyout like that. I don't know. But now you're having to pay that. And you would have to pay a new coach. So Andy Staples made an interesting point because this guy replied to him, $70 million is too high for schools without oil money. They better find cause. And Staples goes, people need to understand that the structure of the buyout is more important than the amount. Mark Stoops' is half as much, but more prohibitive because it's all due immediately.
Right.
That's what I just said yesterday.
You said that yesterday.
They
60 days or something?
60 days
Yeah.
And then
to pay $40 million.
So the difference here is this one would be paid in equal monthly installments until December 31st, 2031.
Oh, so they stretch it out.
So they can,
But it's not
they can
as
break
bad.
it down. It's not as bad.
Hey, man.
Can I go back to AJ McCarron
Please?
real quick?
Please.
Just the worst route running he's ever seen.
Please.
Really, dude, you were a quarterback in the XFL. Come on now. Like, I hate to tell you, but
Let's send somebody else.
That's a little extreme.
Let's let Julio or somebody.
Yeah,
talk
right.
like
That's a little extreme. Come on.
615
I watched you play. I covered your
737
games. Trust me.
Hey, man, you ain't even listening. If they tearing you down like that on inside at the house, you don't even need to go outside. Like, in other words, AJ McCarron, what you were saying is, dude, why don't you leave? You don't belong here. You're not good enough. Sure, somebody else out there will take
What
you.
does that do, though? What do former players saying things like that? What does that do? And like the outrage and all that
Throw
stuff.
divide?
Yes, but moving forward, like recruiting, transfer portal guys, like you
All
think
of it.
transfer portal guy wants any part of that?
It throws divide in it. Like, imagine, like,
Now-
just go back recently.
It happened in Tennessee.
I was just about to go there.
Yes.
Like my guy, Big Al was in there. Like it threw a divide. Like they wanted T. Martin, you know what I'm saying? Like it was all of this. People, it was divided until you start winning and understand the product that you got. It throws a divide in there. Now when you get on these recruiting visits and you ain't got nobody there, Al ain't there no more. Peerless Price ain't showing up. Joey Ken ain't there. Like, this is like, what are we doing? Like, that right there is everything. When you can get to go back, Devontae Smith was going back and working with these guys at 6 a.m. If you throw divide into that, like, if he take Babs's perspective and like, hey, Jay, what the hell are you talking about, dog? I was working with these dudes at 6 a.m. I know what his route running is like. I know what it's like. And also, let's not forget, he is 17, just turned 18. Let's throw that back out there.
He's 18.
How much you want him to know? How much, like, let's grow a little bit too. Like, it's okay, he stubbed his toe. It's all right. Man's still cold-blooded. Regardless of however you want to put him on another team. I watch the development. I guarantee you'll be eating them words later when he come out there and burn you for 230 yards on 8 catches.
Also,
Like, come on, dog.
all of this after one loss.
One loss.
To an FSU
Come on,
team
dog.
that is so much better, that has a completely different offensive look, a completely different offensive coordinator, different playmakers, all the things. And all of that, like, we don't legit know how good FSU is.
And that's the point I wanted to make. Watch Alabama win at Georgia and see what happens.
Exactly.
No, they could go undefeated still.
I'm here.
Like, after
Y'all know
this.
me. Y'all know me. I'm here for the entertainment in
I'm with
sports. I'm here for the storyline because of what we do. I would love to see Alabama go in and win at Georgia, just to throw everything out there.
Yeah.
I mean, and then,
but the college football
what does
world-
everybody say?
Right, because the narrative would be whatever. Who knows?
Yeah, now I know what the narrative would be. They better not lose to Auburn.
Well,
because everything that we're seeing at the beginning of the season,
It's
we're
coming.
seeing this.
Listen,
boys. I'm
No,
telling you.
that'll cost you your job.
The one
You feel
thing,
me?
this is what I came away from the weekend with. One of the things, number one, I don't think Texas is bad as everybody says, because they did hold that ridiculous Ohio State 4-star, 5-star offense to 203 yards and 14 points. So I'm just calming down a little bit on that one. But I came out of the weekend, Auburn ran the ball for 307 yards against Baylor. They can run the ball. Now, they need to figure out a way to throw it, and can Jackson Arnold identify coverages and things like that? I don't know. He's not there yet. I don't know why he's not there, but he's not there. But Alabama
If he ain't there, he's never going to be there.
Alabama gave up 230 on the ground to Florida State.
Yeah.
So now I immediately started thinking that Alabama-Auburn matchup, that's a lot more interesting than I thought going into the season.
And it's at Auburn this year?
Yes.
Yes.
So, see, you come up there with that little lollygag, lackluster effort.
Auburn has
And now-
Georgia in Jordan Hare, too.
We need to play that from Bull Durham. You lollygag your way around the locker room. You lollygag your way around the field.
Keep playing around.
Listen, that's
What
a
does that
long
make
way
y'all?
away. There's plenty of time.
Lollygaggers.
There's plenty of time for Auburn to screw it up by then.
And for Alabama to get it going.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, this is where we are right now. This is a snapshot. And this is what we all do as sports fans. Like, what's going on in this moment? In this moment, Alabama's 5-5 in the last 10.
Yeah.
615-737-1045. Antonio, West Nashville. Antonio, what up?
Oh, come on, Antonio. We
you
were waiting
were
on
right
you, dog.
there. I bet he's at work and he got busted.
Oh, darn.
Vandy Man
Bluetooth.
AD2. You don't think losing to Vandy again won't lose his job before then?
Oh, yeah, that's
Absolutely
a good point.
will.
Yep.
And Hughes.
Oh, dude. Listen, Kalen DeBoer is on notice, man.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Don't go mess around with Louisiana Monroe or whoever they're playing this weekend.
But the funny thing is, man, that's how that coaching carousel starts, boy. Start getting people that can get in there, talk a good game, win the people over with, you know what I mean, a good mouthpiece, and then get out there. You can't put it out there on the field. It don't match up. It's like, whoop.
Lane Kiffin to Alabama. You want to go ahead and start that one?
That'll be first. That'll be right there at the
I
podium.
mean, that's all.
Always
That's
on.
every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of that died out.
Yeah.
Finally.
Well, when he started winning championships.
Yeah.
And everybody's like,
Like,
why would you leave?
Yeah.
Speaking of Lane Kiffin, there's an E60 coming out on Lane Kiffin.
Oh, I saw that.
I can't wait.
And we all saw the trailer. It looks good. 615-737-1045.
Also, it's Lane Kiffin. You know it's
Yes.
going to be good.
He's a pretty introspective guy, too. Like, he'll talk to you about, like, the problems he's had in the
Yep,
past and
sure
the
will.
mistakes he's made. And
As long as he's transparent, it's going to be great.
Anthony in Hendersonville. Anthony, what's up?
What's going on, guys?
Yo.
So, I've been an Alabama fan since I was like 8. This is how I look at it. You know, when you come from nothing and then you make something of yourself, and then you come into hard times and things, and everybody starts panicking around you because they don't know what to do, because they never went through those hard times. That's what it is.
Yep.
It's the same thing.
Oh!
Why's everybody...
Falling and everything up.
Zeph.
You know? I mean, we went through like Franchione, Price.
Yep.
Oh, man, Mike Price.
Suppose,
It's
all
rolling.
of them.
It's rolling.
I rolled through all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm happy that this is happening now, because maybe now we'll get rid of some of the bandwagon jumpers that jumped on and has been living the high life without earning anything, can jump right back off.
There you go. There you go.
Appreciate you,
All
brother.
right, that's
Thank
a
you,
true
Anthony.
Bama fan.
That
right
is,
there.
and that's what
a
you're
Bama
saying.
fan that's been there when it wasn't great.
Because you know that's how it goes in cycle. What you had John Wooden come into Tuscaloosa. Like, that ain't UCLA ain't going, and basketball ain't going on that run again. The Bulls and the Lakers ain't, Phil Jackson's not walking through that door. Like, this is not happening. Nick Saban ain't coming through that door. Like, this is, dog, that's unprecedented, dog. That's like, that was it, man. They don't happen like that, y'all. But nobody understood that, especially not to what he's saying, but to like what you were saying, that younger generation. The people that'll come along and think this is how it is. Man, just think, man, you waiting from you were 7 years old, you become a Bama fan, and you get to go to college to your school that you wanted to, and they still winning? Mm-hmm. At 7? Then you get to 18, go to college. 11 years later, they still winning.
What if you just became a freshman last year?
Oh, well.
It's clearly
Welcome to
your
it.
fault.
Yeah, welcome to it. That's how it's supposed to be, man.
6.
What fan base is most excited about this current demise?
That's a great question.
Oh.
Tennessee fan base has to be right there.
Tennessee and Auburn are the two, but
I would go Tennessee.
But they've been quiet,
See,
though.
I'm a weird Auburn.
Vol fans
because
are
they
loud.
know how fast
They know
it can
it can
change.
turn, yeah,
And also,
exactly.
it's one game.
Vol fans are like,
it's one game.
Vol
One
fans are
game.
like, I ain't saying nothing.
Yep,
Nope.
let them at it.
I don't want it to flip on me.
Yeah, we're going to let Auburn deal with that. Because when they were good, Auburn was still going to talk trash. They didn't care.
We don't care. There's just pure hate there, so it's fine.
David at Lebanon. David, what's up, man?
Hey, guys, so here's some clarification. It's not the fact that Bama's lost one game. We can deal with losing a game. Losing a game, that happens. I mean, everybody gets beat. It's the fact of the last several games that they have lost, they've looked like complete Shiano, as you guys would say. They got their butts handed to them by Florida State. It's not just because, look, Florida State's Florida State. You go on the road and get beat by Florida State, I don't care what happened last year with Florida State. It's Florida State. But when you sit in and you get guys that are not, they keep showing the clip of number 18 trying to take the ball down and he's jogging. That's not even the. That's not even.
That's another
like,
one.
Here's a. When is the last time that on a 4th and 1 you had a Bama linebacker step up in the hole on a running back and get blown up? Get trucked. Thank you for 3 yards.
Yeah.
And then they have another guy. You have a darn running back coming with the linebacker running downhill. This linebacker gets blown up on a block. That's the problem. The problem is against Michigan it was the same thing. Against Oklahoma it was the same thing. The problem is not the one loss and the fact that we lost the first game of the season because, everybody's going to lose a game.
Yeah.
It's the fact that the trend is there that we look the same way in the first game this year as we did last year. You're getting beat by teams who are supposed to have less talent than you.
Yeah.
But it
started with, you're right. It started with, David, it started with the Vandy loss. That's where it all started.
Yeah, upsets happen. Look, you go on the road, Vandy plays out of their mind. Bama gets beat. It sucks. Bama's not supposed to lose to Vanderbilt. I mean, I'm all on board with that.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that weeks later, the same crap that got you beat by Vanderbilt, you're doing against other teams that you're supposed to be better than.
Well, and it's getting
you
worse.
can take a loss. But when you're sitting there and you're getting beat physically, you're getting beat game plan, you're getting beat mentally, and then those things can't happen. I don't care if you're Alabama coming off of Nick Saban and whoever they get, or you're the Tennessee freaking Volunteers. You can't get beat the way they've been getting beat physically, mentally prepared. You just can't do that week in and week out. And then but they'll beat. They beat Georgia. They played Georgia one half and ain't done nothing since. And then Ryan Williams, I'll just throw out. I'm sick of Ryan Williams. We anointed him as David Palmer. He couldn't hold David Palmer's jock.
Shout out to the Deuce, baby.
Deuce is
Palmer,
loose,
baby.
He ain't no Deuce. But anyway, I'm getting my blood pressure up. People's probably laughing at me here in Lebanon that knows me. Anyway, we'll talk to y'all later. Thanks.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right, man.
He got a point, though. It's the way.
Is this fine, Mom?
Yes, let it roll, y'all. Let it roll, baby.
I love it.
Listen, man. Hey.
Call Paul and get him on.
No, hey, Alabama fans, listen, y'all. Now, people can joke around with y'all, that ain't what we here to do. We here to open our arms, sit on the couch.
That's right.
Yeah, man. You come in here, vent. Like, we here. We may laugh when you
We'll
leave.
give you a
but
hug.
Come on. We're confident.
This is the most manipulative thing I've heard.
Is every Alabama fan out on Ryan Williams right now?
That's the other part of the way. That's scary.
I'll take him. Auburn.
Heartbeat.
Transfer.
Heartbeat.
Go.
Heartbeat. I think we got money.
Every school in the country would take
We
him.
got about 1.2 waiting on.
Do you think the word transfer has entered Ryan Williams' mind this week?
Yes.
Yeah.
615-737-1045.
Although he did show up with a weird doll or something, didn't he?
And he's dealing with a concussion right now.
Oh boy.
He kind of got knocked out.
Just
that
the way
game.
y'all feel about me, I'm just chill then. Y'all gonna play them games.
Yeah, he's going to magically have a concussion for the rest of the season.
Real quick,
Hey, man.
before we go to break,
Better bring back that physicality.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but the Barstool Vandy account had put out a graphic on what Vandy needs to do to get to the playoffs, and they have their free wins, so the automatic wins, their must wins, their should wins, and their can wins. Alabama is in their should win column.
What?
Love it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Vandy fan.
Okay, let's be real for a second.
Bama don't scare nobody now.
Bama's still going to be about a 15.5 point favorite in that game. Just
I love it.
At least. They were 22 before the Florida State game.
Okay.
And it's in Tuscaloosa.
I give them 13.
I'm not saying that.
I'm going to sit here and say
I'm not saying Bama.
I'm not writing Alabama off and Kalen DeBoer. There's way too much talent there.
Some talent, though.
I'm not
But
writing them off.
As
I'm
we
not
sit
saying
here
they're done.
right now, the Titanic has kind of tilted a little bit. Maybe it hit the iceberg and they're trying to figure out.
It's gurgling, y'all. The little water bubbles.
I'm not saying Vandy can't win down there. I'm just saying from a point spread perspective. I'll look. Maybe it's out there. 615-737-1045. All lines are loaded. X will lead us off when we come back. Listen, we'll get to Titans Broncos, but we're going to stick with this for a second. We'll be right back.
Want to tell you about Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville because they're the absolute best. And I know because I've used them to replace windows and doors in my rental property and windows in my home. And I'm going to tell you, we did it right before summer. I could tell a huge difference in the temperature inside of our house, and for a couple of different reasons. Also with the noise that we could hear. The windows were so much better quality. It made such a difference. And we saw a difference in our bills as well. So maybe that's you. Winter's coming. You know that you might need new windows. This is a great time to call Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville and see if they can help you out. And you might be surprised to learn how affordable replacement windows are from Pella. Affordable and even more affordable with the Dawn deal that they have going on. So they let me every single month change the deal. And I just got the deal for the month of September. Is it September? Yes. Month of September, 55% off qualifying installations and 0% APR for 48 full months. That's the latest Dawn deal. Schedule a free consultation. Check out that deal at PellaNashville.com.
I've got an important message from our good friends at Bart Durham Injury Law. Some lawyers chase ambulances. They'll do anything to get your attention, but not Blair Durham and his team. I've known Blair a long time. He is a great dude, and he is ready to help you. He and his crew ready to help you. If someone calls you after a wreck, here's the thing. They're breaking the law. That's right. There are lawyers out there that are breaking the law. Marine veteran Blair and his team at Bart Durham Injury Law do not play those games. When you make the call, they answer. They're local, trusted, and ready to fight for you. No gimmicks, just a team that's on your side from the start. It's always been that way at Bart Durham Injury Law. They've been in Nashville helping Middle Tennesseans for a long, long time. So if you or someone you love is ever in a wreck, remember Blair's number. Go ahead and get this into your phone. 615-242-9000. Again, Blair's number is 615-242-9000. Local, trusted, ready to fight for you. 615-242-9000. That's 615-242-9000. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. Slay just has this giddy little smile on his face. Like, you're just grinning over there.
Nah, guess what, This ain't funny. I'm not laughing. Listen, I'm putting a post out right now for all of the Alabama fans and hopefuls at 3HL. Let me tell you exactly what I said. We are open to all Bama fans to slide over and come vent. I'm here with open arms, 615-737-1045. And Uncle Slay is here for you. I've been there. Let it out. Sincerely, a concerned SEC fan. Hashtag the zone.
Concerned.
Yeah, I don't like, listen, hey, contrary to popular belief, I don't want to see you waddle in pain. Alabama? I would never, hey man, get it together. We need everybody riding high. Like
this is the biggest bullshiano rant I've ever heard from Ron Slay.
Babs, it is completely sunny outside, and I'm still worried about lightning.
Serious, dog. Like, man, listen.
There ain't nothing true about what Mr. Ron Slay
I
just
couldn't
said.
be more worried about being next to you with lightning striking you than if Matt Hasselbeck were here.
No, this is real, dog. First elephant I see, I'm taking in.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. Like, Babs to do the rescue dogs, any rescue elephants that are out there, come home.
Rescue
I got y'all. Yeah, I got y'all. My backyard ain't that big, but man, we can get a couple of them back there though.
You just grab the trunk and lead them down the street?
Yeah, come on, y'all. Yeah, hold on them. I paint a little tail. You hold on to my tail like they do around the circus. Come on, y'all. It's gonna be all right. Man, it's not worth it. Not worth getting rid of your best player, Ryan Williams. Send him to Knoxville.
615-737-1045. X in Lebanon. X, what's up?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Hey, there go my dog. What's up, X? What we done messed up on now?
Man, listen. I ain't as nice as you, Uncle Slade, man. Listen, I got a text this morning talking about y'all got room for another UT fan. No, we don't. Cause listen, about 4 or 5, the last 10 years we done had to deal with, because now they done went up there, Florida State done gave them a good one, and now Ryan Williams, they ready to get rid of that man. Taylor DeBoer, I just feel sorry.
This is where we are. This is where we are. They want to dump Ryan Williams.
And then they, Tennessee, y'all got Georgia in 2 weeks. Well, I'm feeling good even though it's first game. I'm feeling good. We did what we were supposed to do against Syracuse. And one last thing, y'all said something about they was on Vandy's should win. No, they on Vandy's must win. Because what we seen. Wait, listen, I ain't never seen a coach on the sideline just like, what am I supposed to do? Like, we've never seen this from Bama, so I'm loving it. Y'all can come on the couch, the porch. Y'all can't vent, though. Y'all can't vent, but y'all can enjoy some winning program. Y'all have a good day.
There he is.
Way to deliver, X. Way to deliver.
You know who looked lost in all seriousness was Bill Belichick that whole game.
Oh, that was so good. Listen.
We're just delighted in all this.
I can't tell you. I probably need to be careful with what I say because I have a feeling I might see Carolina this year at some point, especially in my time slot. So I got to be careful, but there is nothing that I enjoyed more than watching Bill Belichick not coach well in college.
615-737-1045.
You said going into it, too.
I feel like part of that has to do with the fact that he tried to do the whole weird thing with the depth chart.
No depth chart, yeah. Well, TCU did the same thing, too, but it was probably a reaction to.
Bill's not going to do this? I'm not going to do this.
Exactly. Oh, well, if he's not going to give him their depth chart, I'm not either.
Dougie in White House. What up, man?
Hey, what's going on?
Yo.
What's up?
Hey, I'm a Florida State fan. We here too now.
Hey, there you go.
We here. We were supposed to get dominated.
Mm-hmm.
We were supposed to get beat so bad. It wasn't going to be close. Florida State didn't have a chance. Now, we looking for receipts. We ain't hearing enough of that side of it.
Okay, how good,
what y'all seeing
Dougie?
from Florida State, that's Florida State football. We trying to get back to it.
There you go.
Yeah, but how good do you think this Florida State team is?
I think Norvell understands what he has to do to get the job done. And it was rough, but I think he's going to do a good job.
Yeah,
Norvell's a good coach.
I think Gus Malzahn had complete control of that offense, too. Like, I think Norvell's just like, hey, you do that.
But Norvell and Gus are exactly the same page offensively.
Mm-hmm.
They worked together in the past, like way in the beginning, and like they are the same offensive brain.
Thank you, Dougie. Congrats on the win, man. Yep, they look great.
Absolutely,
no doubt about
man.
that.
It's some hardcore Florida State fans I knew grew up. Ziggy, Anthony Guthrie, they played at Hunters Lane, local legend, man. Like it's some Florida State fans that's out there with their Florida State gear on, man, and walking tall and proud out there. Bama, come on over. 615-737-1045. I got my big ear on, so I can hear you loud and clear. I don't want to miss a thing. All right, y'all, listen up, man. Low T Center is here for you. I promise you. Fans all alike throughout the SEC. Just come on over. You might just need to get your testosterone checked, Alabama. Never know. Well, if you've been thinking, going along those lines, you notice you're getting older, more tired, not motivated to do anything. Well, it's not just aging. It's physical and mental change to your body. Testosterone can actually help with this. Real patients tell Low T every day, and they're spreading the word that are doing better at work, their life in general, and with the wife. Don't forget that. It's like they're newlyweds again, is what I'm hearing. At the gym, crushing it. When you've heard guys say, I was depressed before and I wasn't myself at all. Synergix and Low T Center, TRT, they changed all that for me, and I'm much better for it. That's what you're hearing from the clients at Low T. They have at-home care as well. If you don't want to go to Hendersonville or in Brentwood to go to the live stops, well, you can get it at home, and they send it right on over. It's super convenient, and I'm sure you'll love it. Also, for women, they're doing the exact same thing. All you got to do is go to fixmylowt.com for Low T.
Good afternoon. It's 4:01. I'm Joe Spinando, live from the Circus Sports at Kentucky Downs Studios. The Titans continued their preparations for the Week 1 matchup in Denver. Head coach Brian Callahan met with the media today and was asked about his message to rookie quarterback Cam Ward ahead of his NFL debut.
Just stay within yourself, play within what's asked of you. Do the things that you've done all training camp, all offseason. Making smart decisions with the football, keeping us on track, keeping us on schedule. I think he's just playing football the way that we ask him to play and play within himself. He's got all the talent in the world to go make the throws we need him to make, and the rest of the guys around him got to play well too. So we're counting on everybody to play well together.
Injury report from Wednesday's practice. Left tackle Dan Moore, the only Titan not out on the field. In NFL news today, the Jets believe starting guard Alia Vera Tucker will miss the entire 2025 season with a triceps injury that requires surgery. Also, good news for the Cowboys before the NFL opener. Cornerback Trayvon Diggs and offensive tackle Tyler Guyton are both off of the injury report and good to go Thursday night. For Harvey Foundation repair and whatever needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. Been a whole lot of Alabama talk in the first hour of the show. Welcome into the Paul Feinbaum Show in Nashville. Dawn Davenport is here, y'all.
What up? That's right.
What up, Babsy?
All this Alabama hate.
Every line is loaded.
Bama, 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 Bama. College football question. Bama, Bama, Alabama.
Slay's having a good time. He's over there on social media doing videos during the break.
Oh, yeah, I got a video I'm putting out, man.
Where are you putting it out at?
I'm putting it out on Twitter, and I'm going to put it out on
At D-Ron Slay.
At D-Ron Slay, and on Instagram. I'm putting it out everywhere.
Put it on TikTok.
I'm going to put it on the top of the tick, too.
What's your TikTok handle?
He doesn't even know because he never gets on that thing.
I don't know, but I'm finna tell you. Oh, so this goes to it. I'm putting on my story, too.
By the way, you can follow us on TikTok. The people downstairs told us, what was that, like 2 weeks ago, that we need to do more there.
So,
yeah.
What is TikTok?
TikTok is hard for me because I'm old.
Oh, I'm at Ron. Oh, that's simple. At Ron Slay.
Well,
I mean, you did it.
I know. That was cool, huh? Let me put that on now.
At Ron Slay on TikTok. What are you on TikTok?
Babsy don't know.
I don't know.
Are you Dawn Davenport TN?
I'm assuming at Dawn Davenport TN. I'm the one that made y'all get on it.
Hang on. Let's see. What is Babsy?
I believe that it's at Dawn Davenport TN. I remember, I think my first ever TikTok post was, the one I was tagged in was a Scooter's Coffee from the Frisco Bowl, where I got to make a coffee, which was phenomenal. And then I think my first TikTok post was just a picture of one of Baby Bab's Barbie dolls.
I'm looking at it.
That's hair was all messed up. And I walked over to our little bar, and it was laying right by all the alcohol with its hair all over the place because Baby Babs had put her there. I was like, long night for this one.
So on TikTok, Ron Slay, Dawn Davenport TN, Mayor 3HL.
Oh, there we go. Look at us.
I only have 65 people, but I only have 2 posts also. So
always remember, it just means more.
We'll get in there. 615-737-1045. By the way, Missouri head coach Eli Drinkwitz was asked if he uses analytics. Uses an analytics book when deciding to go for it on 4th down. Drink answered, quote, "No, they pay me to make the decisions, not defer to a book." How about that?
Wow. Okay. I like that. We're going on
I will
field.
see him in a couple days.
Yeah, that would be fun for you,
Good old
Babsy.
drink.
Kansas and Missouri.
Yes, SEC Nation is going to be there as well. It's a big rivalry, even though none of us probably know about it.
Right.
But it used to be called the Border War, and now, you can't use war. So now it's the Border Showdown.
Oh, my goodness.
I did not know that.
But
we know it's not an actual war.
Right,
Come on.
I know. But the reason it was called that is because this dates back to Civil War times where these two states hated each other, and it was a massive rivalry. And Last time they played was 2011. So, like, one of the guys I talked to today was 6 years old.
There you go.
Yeah.
So they don't know this rivalry either, but it's huge.
We'll get back to some Alabama talk. Y'all hang there. Let's get Coach Mack in here for his weekly visit. Tennessee Titans at Denver Broncos coming up on Sunday. 3:05 the kick. Titans radio coverage begins at 12 noon on 104.5 The Zone. Coach Mack, what's up? How are you?
I'm doing good. I just, I thought Joseph thought my phone was busy because I'm still getting frog calls.
Oh, I bet you are.
Woo-wee. Frogs
How about
came to
that?
play.
Did that surprise you? Bill Belichick almost looked lost.
Well, I mean, I've only got one word to say about that: frog.
Talking about this matchup coming up, and we mentioned this earlier, one key battle, obviously, that's going to be fun to watch will be Titans wide receiver Calvin Ridley against Broncos cornerback Pat Surtain, too, who was the NFL Defensive Player of the Year last season. He was targeted 62 times in 16 games, allowed just 38 receptions for 326 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's 20 yards per game. That's it. How good is that, dude?
Well, I mean, he's defensive MVP of the league. I mean, he's just a piece of a really good football team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Peyton has put together a pretty good team there. I mean, they're legit. When you start digging into their film, and if he does travel with him, they do so many things with their coverage wise. And I mean, they play a match zone as well as anybody in the league. And plus, I mean, they do a little bit of what is termed wild, as far as they'll put him on a receiver and then let everybody else play whatever zone coverage they're going to play around it and just disregard him because they'll say that he's going to take that guy out of it. Look, this is a huge challenge for this Titans football team.
From Rhett Bryan on Mac Talk, and then again this morning on Ramon and Will, he pointed out the fact that the Denver Broncos are the only team in the NFL that returns every starter on the offensive line and defensive line. How important is that to have that consistency and that synergy?
Well, I mean, it's important if they're really good players, which they are. I mean, they put it on tape, but when you watch it, if you really dig into their tape, they win the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, and that's why they're an elite football team right now in the league. I mean, that's just what it is. They're front, and now again, I mean, they're going to give him our quarterback a lot of different looks. It's going to be a lot of different looks, and then that offensive line. I mean, Sean Payton. Everybody thinks that he just wants to wing it everywhere. He wants to run the football. I mean, I've defended Sean's offense a lot when I was coaching defense in this league, and you better be able to stop the run from a lot of places. The other thing you better be able to do is the first 15 plays, he's going to check your whole card as far as with personnel and with the way that you adjust to motion. You can't chase motion in his offense. You got to surround it. They know what they're doing.
You mentioned the run game. Running backs, they turned that room over. The running backs are J.K. Dobbins, for those that don't know. The Broncos signed Dobbins in June. He had 3 injury-plagued seasons with the Ravens, but held up last year with the Chargers. Chargers let Dobbins go when they signed Najee Harris. That's why he was available. But Dobbins is listed number 1 on the depth chart, ahead of second-round pick R.J. Harvey. What do you see in the run game with Sean Payton?
Well, I mean, he's going to hand it off. Again, as I say, I've defended this offense a lot. His offense, him, and then he's going to hand it off, and he's going to give you some different looks, and plus the motions that he's going to use to try to get you out leveraged. I mean, you've got to be on what you're doing defensively, and both of those guys are going to play. They're 2 different types of backs, but they're both going to play, and it's going to be. What you can't do is you can't let them control the football, and Sean wants to do that with the run game first.
Doing that, Coach Mack, with the run game, being able to control it. When you have a guy like Evan Ingram, who kind of was solid last year, okay, probably a below average, but getting back with a guy like Sean Payton, what does he bring to the tight end room, and what does Sean Payton look for in his tight ends? How important is that to what he does?
Well, just think of his offenses that he had at New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
He always had a tight end, right?
Shockey.
I mean, and the other thing that he does with his offense is he tries to get completions
for his quarterbacks early.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's extremely important. And so, as I say, the first 15 with him is really, really important that you get dialed in on what he's trying to do to you formationally and what he's trying to do to you personnel-wise. Yeah. But the tight end has always been a huge part of his offense.
And he always liked to go get those athletic ones, like we were saying, Jeremy Shockey, Jimmy Graham, all of these guys. Evan Ingram has a makeup like that, just hasn't had the output, though. So
no, and to your point about Evan Ingram, he has had dominant performances against the Titans.
Always.
Yeah, let me ask you something, Ron Slay.
Yes, sir.
If you were a head coach, why would you want a non-athletic tight end?
Coach, you might just want to put his hand in the dirt, little block for you. You don't need him to catch nothing, That's all. That's all I'm saying.
The answer to that's no.
All right, let's hit the receivers, man. Cortland Sutton led the team with 81 receptions, led the team with 1,081 yards, led the team with 8 touchdowns. He's in his 8th season out of SMU. What makes him really good?
Well, he's a beast. I mean, he's a beast. First of all, he's a physical receiver. The other thing is he's really, really strong, Brent, at the catch point. Really strong at the catch point. And, the quarterback, if they can dictate your coverage, even if he's covered, they're going to throw it to him. He's one of those types of receivers. And as I say, Sean's offense is designed to be able to scheme some guys open. But this guy, they will throw to if he's got somebody on his hip because he can take it away from DBs.
We haven't talked about their sack game. Led the NFL with 63 last year. Nick Bonito getting in that starting role, he is a stud. 13.5 sacks last year. He was the first Broncos player with double-digit sacks since 2018, and actually Jonathan Cooper also over 10 with 10.5. Zach Allen, great player. Their front seven, we talked about the secondary, but that front seven is going to get after you.
Well, I mean, they're loaded. I mean, they're loaded, and that's a strength of their team. And if Singleton's back healthy as a linebacker, and they've got Greenlaw in there, now they've done something at the second level, that they want to do. As I said, Sean Payton has been there before, and he's not blowing smoke when he thinks this is a Super Bowl contending team that he finally has this year. And that front is a huge, huge part of it. You talk about 13 sacks. That's still 50 others that they've got, from other people too. So, I mean, think about it.
That's crazy. So having said all that, how important is the hot read game going to be against the Denver Blitzes and identifying that pre-snap with a rookie quarterback?
Well, it's pre and post snap because it's going to be, look, they're going to give him some different bogey looks that he hasn't seen before, and then plus, they're going to give him some all-up looks where they'll bail out, some all-up looks where they're going to force one-on-ones. It's going to be very important that everybody, not only the quarterback, but the center and everybody has to identify what the hell they've got coming at them because they're going to have some things thrown at them that they have not seen before. I mean, it's kind of like Rhett said when we were doing Mac Talk. We've got a lot of young players on this team that haven't seen the elephant yet. They just haven't, and it's going to be pretty interesting to watch that unfold.
Did he say elephant?
Coach Max, funny you mentioned elephant. I was just gonna say you, man. I got some buddies, man, that's out here scouring the earth right now. They live about 208 miles south of here in a little place called Tuscaloosa. If you could so kindly, use your words that you always use with us when we're talking Titans radio, and that would be to keep your what dry, Coach Mac?
Powder, please. But here's the thing. That ball game, I watched every ball game this weekend. I did nothing else but watch college football. Look, you think Florida State has just got a little bit of mad on about what happened last year? Yeah. They were rolling. And here's the other thing. Just look at the state of Florida. I mean, if you know how to find players, they're in the state of Florida.
I promise you. Yes, they are. So,
just not used to seeing Bama defenders just get run over by offensive linemen, running backs, wide receivers blocking. I mean, I hadn't seen that kind of Alabama in a while.
Look, Alabama, for a long time, Nick Saban is not as good as there is. He's the best.
Come on, man.
The absolute best in overall program. I know Joe Pendry, good friend of mine, his right-hand guy. as soon as you go to work at Alabama, whether you're a coach, whether you're an analyst, whether you're a scout, whether you're a GA, you get a notebook, and this is the way we do it. Nick Saban left no stones unturned, and they're in a little bit of a different world right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are, Coach Mac. Thank you so much, Coach Mac.
Titans Radio coming up on Sunday at noon. Kickoff at 3:05. Coach, thanks for the time. Always love it, man.
Thanks, Coach Mac.
Thanks, Mac.
Guys, you're welcome. Ron Slate, quit trying to pretend like you really care a lot about Alabama.
I do, Coach Mac. It's tearing me up inside, Coach Mac. I promise you.
Stop it. Here's who you're fooling. Nobody. You're so happy you can't even breathe now.
Can't handle it.
See you, Coach.
See you guys.
See you, Coach Mac.
When we come back, Todd Furman, we're going to break down point spreads and games, college, NFL from a sports betting perspective. We'll get his take on Alabama. How much has his little Alabama power ranking changed after that Florida State loss? 615-737-1045, always the number. But Todd Furman when we come back. Want to talk about snacking, man. We all know about football season, and you know how you consume your football. Maybe you have a bunch of TVs in your living room like I do, but you need to snack too, man. It's tough. It's a tough day when you sit there for hours upon hours. You don't want to leave to go like eat at a restaurant or anything. You just sit there and snack all day. And Daisy French onion dip, Daisy ranch dip, you need to have them. Always have those chips out there, the wings, the veggies, but you need great dip. And now Daisy came out with a delicious Daisy French onion dip and a Daisy ranch dip. And these are game changers. Me and Will Bowling love them. You might hear him talk about it in the morning. Football season, snack season. Do it the right way. Watch your games, but make sure you snack the right way. Daisy French onion dip is phenomenal. These are delicious dips, as delicious as a homemade dip. And they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you would find in your own kitchen. You can't have chips without dip. Having said that, choose the best dip. Daisy French onion dip is the best. It's so great and the perfect complement to all those games you'll be watching. Daisy French onion dip at all grocery stores. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Britt Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. Slay, who is feeling for Alabama fans at this point.
I just can't believe
you're
it,
sitting
man.
here with open arms.
Yes, like come on over to Slay's place and tell me all about your troubles, man, and how y'all want Ryan Williams gone and out of there. I'm here to listen. I'll help you get him in the portal if y'all want me to.
Todd Furman joins us from Las Vegas. Furman, are all of our phone lines have been lit the entire show.
It doesn't shock me in the least. And Slay, I just have to ask, by the way, we'll get into your Mexican vacation a little bit later on into the segment, but did Saturday mark the official inflection point that Alabama is no longer a football school and suddenly they should focus all their efforts on the hardwood?
Hey, Top Father, that's exactly what I put. I said, don't y'all forget, y'all got basketball. Like Nate Oates going to Final Fours. What else y'all want?
Tennessee fans have heard this.
Y'all get a new facility and everything over there, man, for basketball. Come on, y'all.
I mean, look, watching that game for 4 quarters against Payne's beloved Florida State Seminoles, I definitely saw more toughness on the hardwood from Alabama throughout the course of basketball season than I saw in the trenches, both on the offensive and defensive line. That's for damn sure.
Absolutely.
Todd Furman at Todd Furman on X, and we're taking a look at this week's college football and NFL games from a sports betting perspective. If you're new to the show, Todd joins us every Wednesday at 4:20 Central. So, in all seriousness, how drastically has your power rating for Alabama shifted after that beatdown at Florida State?
I moved them about 5 points after the loss to Florida State. Now, I'm extremely flexible early on in the campaign should Florida State look significantly better and Alabama start to show a little bit of rebound. But the problem was with this game is my sources and contacts didn't exactly give me the right ammunition to make Florida State a play plus the 14, talking about how Kalen DeBoer may not have the most discipline with this team. They claimed things were better this camp than what we had heard rumbling-wise with Jalen Milroe and his lack of desire. And then lo and behold, we get that kind of effort for 4 quarters at Doak Campbell. So it tells me history could repeat itself. So I wanted to make sure I moved them aggressively. I'm not running to the window to back them in a row this weekend as a 36.5-point underdog. But the one thing that the SEC affords us in terms of a luxury, we'll find out if Alabama can right the ship in a couple of weeks when they take on Georgia. You get pummeled in the trenches there again, then it really becomes Chicken Little and the sky is falling.
Ooh, you said ship with a P, right?
Yeah,
yes. Yes.
Number 20, Ole Miss at Kentucky. Kentucky won 20-17 in Oxford last year. Cost Ole Miss dearly. Could have been 10-2. Ole Miss by 10.5 in Lexington. And, man, Kentucky, that was a 4-quarter game against Toledo.
Yeah, solid effort last year from Ole Miss against Kentucky, losing that game outright as a 17.5-point favorite, to your point, Brent. Clearly kept them on the outside looking in, despite Lane Kiffin's tweet storm as we got closer to the announcement of the 12 teams that were vying for the national championship. Here we are with an Ole Miss defense that I've downgraded substantially, and you can understand why when you look at all the defections, the amount of money that they spent on that side of the ball. I'm probably a bigger believer in Austin Simmons than the way he's been priced in a lot of the markets coming into the year. I'm just not sure about the supporting cast. And going on the road as a double-digit favorite in conference, the actual only conference game that we'll see on the schedule between Power 4 opponents this weekend, not going to be enough to get me to the window. But you mentioned Kentucky and some of their struggles, most notably Zach Calzada, who I feel has been in college football for about 37 years at this point, still struggling to throw the forward pass, didn't exactly look great against Toledo. Kentucky's path to victory will be leaning on their ground game and playing defense. I actually like this game under the total a bit, but I missed the best of the number at 52. And for right now, as the number sits at 50, haven't gotten myself involved.
Yeah, Lane Kiffin actually tweeted about Calzada being in college football for 10 years.
Well, it sounds about right, but Lane's got to be careful when you live in a glass house throwing stones. He doesn't exactly have all those playoff victories on his resume that affords him such a luxury.
The border showdown, I guess is now what it's called, but it's back. It is back. I will be there. Kansas at Missouri. Missouri favored by 6.5 right now. I'm not sure what we know about either one of these teams because of their opponents they've played so far. How do you kind of look at that one because of that?
Yeah, I had no idea, Don, digging into this game, that these programs had played, 100-plus years in a row before that series broke when they parted ways and headed to different conferences. So it's good to get this rivalry renewed, albeit one that's not going to be on the schedule on a regular basis. And you mentioned not knowing exactly what these teams are. Missouri took care of business as they should, exceeding odds makers' expectations against Central Arkansas. And if there was a quarterback battle, well, it probably is over now because the injury gods didn't exactly smile kindly upon Sam Horn. So Bo Perbula will have the chance to go out there and assert himself as QB1. Kansas, a team that was faded by professional bettors in terms of the season-long markets. They were bet under their win total quite heavily. But you look at how they performed in their opener against Fresno State, and Fresno State putting together a tremendous second half last week against Georgia Southern maybe suggests that Kansas a little bit stouter in the trenches. But this, a much better measuring stick. Have seen money come in on Missouri laying the 6, but there's a reason that this number hasn't gotten to 7 yet, and when it does, there's a little bit of buyback. I actually think the total makes a little bit of sense as well. It's trying to go under. Both of these teams may want to lean into the ground game. I have plenty of questions about both these defenses, but I'm not sure these offenses are as explosive or dynamic as wins against Wagner, Fresno State, and Central Arkansas will suggest.
Under what? What did you get that at?
I haven't bet it myself, but it is on the radar. 51 kind of painted across the board, and feel comfortable with that being where it should be if you want to try and get involved in the game.
Todd Furman, our guy in Vegas, talking sports betting.
Todd, Father, out in your neck of the woods, Arizona State preparing to go to Mississippi State. They got baby cowbells that they're using to try to, get everybody acclimated to the noise that you'll hear. I don't think you can simulate that noise, but Arizona State handled Mississippi State and Blake Shapen.
Hey, you know what? Better story about this, and Dawn, this may resonate with you as much as anybody else. Talk to one of your ESPN colleagues who will be on the sideline for this game. She said it may be more difficult to get from Vegas to Starkville than it was for you to get from Nashville to Moscow when you had to go up to the Kibbie Dome a couple of years ago. So you can sympathize with Stormy Bonatoni on the assignment that'll be in front of her there. But this game's fascinating for a variety of reasons. When you look at Mississippi State, not much expected in Jeff Lebby's second season. They went out there and performed extremely well, finding a little bit of separation in Hattiesburg last week, a game that a lot of people thought could be trickier on paper. And the one thing that stood out is Mississippi State looked a lot better offensively with a healthy Blake Shapen, fully recovered from that shoulder injury. We'll see if he can carry some of that momentum forward. Meanwhile, on the other side, Arizona State brings back just a ton of experience on both sides of the ball. And I think while the scoreline's not going to be overly flattering for ASU beating Northern Arizona for, the 107th year in a row, Sam Leavitt showed how versatile he can be both as a runner and a thrower. And I think that's going to be the interesting element in this game that we didn't see much of last year from ASU because they didn't need Leavitt to use his legs when you could hand the ball off to Cam Scadaboo, and it was basically for like opponents tackling a fire hydrant when he got the football running through the trenches. Influential betting group did come in on Mississippi State as a home dog, took the 7. For me, I don't have much in the way of a betting perspective, but when we look at games on what's a relatively unattractive schedule from a top 25 matchup standpoint, this is one that I'll be extremely focused on to see if ASU can get a big road win, albeit against one of the teams in the lower echelon of the SEC, or Mississippi State can announce their arrival, so to speak, making a major step forward, pulling off this upset against the top 25 opponent.
So do you think it's priced right at 6.5?
I thought 7 was kind of the fair number, and I give odds makers credit to kind of hanging a price there and trying to see where the first move took them.
Okay.
In this spot, we saw the underdog take some money more so than the favorite. So again, the value of 7, in my opinion, a little bit more important in college than it is in the NFL, because with extra points being shorter than what they are, you still find teams looking to kick the extra point when they're chasing a 14-point deficit, where in the NFL, the analytics suggest that you're always going for 2.
Michigan at Oklahoma, 2 ranked teams, 15 Michigan, 18 Oklahoma. Oklahoma favored by 2.5 at home.
Actually 5.5.
Oh, 5.5. Okay.
Yeah, number on this game. 3 was kind of the look-ahead price tag that was posted on this game all summer long. Oklahoma makes quick work of Illinois State. Doesn't cover the number, though, in that game, and Michigan looked relatively pedestrian in Bryce Underwood's debut. But the one thing that stood out to me for Michigan was the fact that they didn't let Bryce Underwood run the football a single time against New Mexico, which tells me that could be an element of the game that they wanted to keep under wraps going into hostile territory. While John Mateer is outstanding, ascending, and there's a lot of optimism, rightfully so, in Norman about his skill set. It was only a year ago where Oklahoma beat an inferior opponent, Temple, 51-3, and then the house of cards fell in on them because they realized their offensive line wasn't up to snuff. And that's my biggest concern with the Sooners. I don't love their skill position talent at wide receiver until it emerges. I like their defense, but the total at 45 doesn't give me a whole lot of wiggle room whatsoever. Lean Michigan plus the points here, though 6.5 did get cleared out pretty quickly on this game, and you can understand why if odds makers inflated the price tag a little bit more than they should have just after one 60-minute sample size for both these teams.
Yeah, see, I'm a SEC homer, man, and I just don't I didn't get to see them, granted that, but man, Michigan coming on the road with the physicality that they like to play with, that's a lot of points right there to me, Todd Father, man. What am I missing with Oklahoma with Mateer?
You mean, Slay, they didn't put on Michigan, Illinois State when you were sipping margaritas at the Tiki Bar down there in Cancun? You couldn't get that game on?
My eyes wouldn't allow me to see it. They were closed at the time, Todd Father. But my body was still up, though. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, I mean, look, these are the games that are always fascinating for me because there was so much buzz around Oklahoma and them taking a step forward. And then I talk to people close to their program, and they go, look, we have an upgraded quarterback, at least we think on paper, but there are still the same questions on the roster. Can this offensive line block? Can they do enough to keep Mateer upright? And if that's not the case against a very good Michigan defense, then it creates some real problems. Michigan will be without one of their top linebackers for the first half, though, in Barham. So that's interesting to look at there. And it's also a true freshman quarterback making his debut in a very difficult place to play. We'll see if Michigan can acquit themselves a little bit better than Tennessee could when they went to Norman last season.
Okay, now I did watch closely the South Carolina-Virginia Tech game, and I wasn't impressed at all with Virginia Tech. Vandy goes up there to face them. First true test, if you will. What do we see after? What is it? Does Enter the Sandstorm? Is this the Sandman? Sandstorm?
A little Enter Sandman there.
Somebody coming in.
Yeah. Look, I wasn't overly impressed with Virginia Tech either in their debut against South Carolina. And that's a South Carolina defense that I downgraded year over year. Given all the talent that they lost to the NFL. Vandy's a team, like when we did some of our preseason stuff, that I thought was going to be on the sell list for me more often than not, so I still have some questions. A good game that I think is fun to watch from a fan's perspective. I don't think there's much in the way of a betting opportunity here. Total at 47.5 if you believe that both these teams are going to want to commit to running the football behind mobile quarterbacks and the defenses can be okay. I can understand why people would make a case to go under, but I did think the one thing for Virginia Tech that they can hang their hat on, they left an awful lot out there on the field in Atlanta on Sunday, and if they're able to convert some of those long drives into touchdowns playing at home, the only way for me to look at it from a side perspective would be to lay Virginia Tech with a cheap money line price, right around minus $1.15 or so.
Is there a college football game we didn't hit that you like and find value?
There is a lot of junk on the board this weekend that you have to be kind of a true diehard if you're going to dive into some of these games. I think the total's a little bit rich down in Las Cruces between Tulsa and New Mexico State. When I look at these two offenses, Tulsa was extremely balanced last week against Abilene Christian. New Mexico State looked good defensively, but they didn't exactly take on an elite opponent in Bryant. I think New Mexico State will struggle to move the football. I think Tulsa can keep them at bay, so I like that game under the total a bit. And, you know, as I'm looking at the board to try and see what still might be available, I think if you're able to grab a 7 on Sam Houston, they're traveling out to Hawaii to take on the Rainbow Warriors. My gut tells me that Hawaii is going to be without their starting quarterback and Micah Alejado, and there is a massive drop-off there. Sam Houston, a little step down in class after taking on UNLV and Western Kentucky, two teams that are much more dynamic offensively. So I think Sam Houston, a live underdog, as much as I despise putting hard-earned dollars on a team with a head coach led by Phil Longo.
You know, a lot of people, their gut tells them a lot of things. You know, like my gut tells me I need to get Ritz crackers at the store today. Your gut tells you a quarterback is going to be out.
Well, look, I have to try and read the tea leaves. I have to go back and watch the game and realize that Alejado was rolled up on in the opener against Stanford, didn't finish the game against Arizona, and I would generously call him a game-time decision this week against the Bearcats.
Multiple people asking about Austin P in Georgia. That's a huge line.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big number there. Kudos to Austin P. They went out there and took the lunch of the Middle Tennessee State Blue Raiders last weekend. These are the kind of games that when you look at Kirby Smart in the past, just hasn't really showed much in the way of an interest to trying to go out there and name the final. I mean, Dawn saw Georgia up close and personal last week. I'm sure they could have beaten Marshall by 50-plus if they wanted to, kind of took their foot off the accelerator. This kind of game is Austin P or pass, but not one that I'm going to spend a lot of time handicapping.
And for those that don't know, there is no line yet on Tennessee East, Tennessee State, so we're going to skip that one. Slay Dog?
Todd Father, you loading up and, gathering all your coins and putting it on the Titans to go up to the Mile High City?
Of course. You know me. I'm actually betting them. I was telling our producer before the segment that, I was going to bet him to run the table this year, go 17-0. But, then I had to look over my notes and realize, how is the passing game going to function without Treylon Burks as wide receiver number one?
I knew it.
And realize I couldn't make that bet and feel confident about what Coach Callahan was going to put together. But no, I am not overly optimistic about Tennessee's ability to go into Denver week one, a spot that is one of the more difficult venues to play in September, the first 2 weeks of the season. Broncos straight up the last 52 games that they have played early in the season at home, 40-12. And it's not like the Broncos have always had a juggernaut offense and defense, but I'm not running to lay 9 points knowing this game was 7.5 all summer long. I am interested to see Cam Ward in his debut and think maybe there's going to be a little bit of an opportunity for us to back the Titans if that number gets inflated when they open at home against the Rams in week 2.
Well, on FanDuel, it is down to 7.5 if you want to go after Denver.
Yeah, I'm not going after Denver. I mean, I'm not in the business of laying over a touchdown week one in the NFL in any capacity. This will be one of the more popular survivor sides, and you can understand why. Given all the trends that'll work in their favor, and more importantly, a Denver defense that is going to, in my opinion, be able to eat the lunch of Cam Ward. I mean, look at Jaden Daniels when he struggled last year. Week one on the road against Tampa. Just such a difficult assignment to play on the road against a very good defensive coordinator.
Some other NFL action. Lions at Packers.
That's the one.
Packers by 2.5 the last time I looked. What do you think about this one?
I ain't got a clue.
Detroit took a little bit of money when it got out to a full field goal. I think anyone operating under the assumption that Micah Parsons is going to be a full go and be a big-time game disruptor is fooling themselves a little bit in terms of the slow ramp-up, the back injury, and everything else that, kind of has come along with that. At 3, I would have made a case for the Lions, and we'll see if it gets there. Did see some under money. 49 is where it was during the summer, now down to 47.5. Not going to be enough to get me there, but should be one hell of a game as this division is one of the more interesting on paper that we're going to see. And I think Green Bay probably emerges as the winner of the highly competitive NFC North.
You must have been looking at my parlay. You always start doing that towards the end of your spot, looking at my parlay, picking my stuff. Here go one for you, Todd Father. Monday Night Football, baby. The 2 former MVPs, the current MVPs, the reigning MVPs. Who you got? Ravens and Bills.
Well, that would be on Sunday Night Football. I thought you were being facetious. Caleb Williams and J.J. McCarthy. So,
yeah, I was going to say.
Sunday.
It's a good thing, Slay, when you build out these parlays, you don't have to know the date of the game being played. So that makes us all feel a little bit better.
Just need to know the teams. That's all that matters.
Playing this weekend, Doc.
Yeah, I was going to say, apparently not just margaritas, but also daiquiris still coursing through Slay's veins. Sunday Night Football, this is a game where Baltimore has taken money, and you can understand why, given the fact that Baltimore power rates for a lot of us is the top team in the league. A little bit of revenge for what got away from them last year in the AFC playoffs, the drop 2-point conversion for Mark Andrews. But the problem for Baltimore, the way that I think they wanted to go out and attack this Bills defense isn't going to be a luxury they're afforded with Isaiah likely expected to miss, still recovering from that foot injury. So it puts a lot more on Charlie Kohler as part of these 2 tight end sets to go after a Bills safety group that I think is extremely vulnerable. Look, this is a Bills team that a lot of people have coming out of the AFC, and I can understand why. I do think it's interesting, though, when you go out and you bring back Tre'Davious White and Jordan Poyer, 2 players that were salary cap casualties a few years ago, and yet somehow later on in their professional life cycle, we're supposed to see them as a potential upgrade. So I like Baltimore at a pick 'em, but I'm not as bullish on the Ravens here as I thought I would have been if we had this discussion about 10 days ago.
Gotcha.
Is there another game in the NFL we need to know about, Todd?
Yeah, I mean, I dabbled a little bit with the New York Football Giants, took the 6 in their season opener against the Washington Commanders. Washington didn't get a ton of reps with their starting offense. No Sam Cosmi along that offensive line, and I don't think Terry McLaurin is going to be a full go with a shortened training camp here. This Giants defensive line can make the case or may have the potential to be one of the best in the league by year's end if they can get all those high draft picks to perform to the best of their abilities. And I think when you bring in a quarterback like Russell Wilson, it at least puts an adult in the room. Do I think he's going to light it up and throw for 300 yards? No, absolutely not. But getting Andrew Thomas back along the offensive line helps as well. And any chance you're going to give me to take a compelling underdog here, especially more than a field goal in a divisional game to kick things off, too much for me to pass up. I'll take the New York Football Giants plus the 6.
There he is. He's Todd Furman every Wednesday, 4:20, breaking down all the games at Todd Furman on X. Thank you, Todd. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Furman.
Always a pleasure, guys and girls. Enjoy the games. And Dawn, safe travel to Columbia, Missouri.
Well,
Thank you.
We'll text you the parlay, too. I know you'll be waiting.
Look, so the listeners know, I don't make a single bet in the NFL and college until I know what side Slay is on. So let that be known.
So he can go opposite.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
Look, I say nice things every once. Look, if I get predictable in my busting your chops, I mean, what fun would that be? So I can let you fill in the gaps. Think of it like a Mad Lib on a Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah, I don't even know what to do with that one right there, but okay.
Thank you, Todd.
Always a pleasure.
There he is. He's Todd Furman. Todd, man. When we come back, Dabo Swinney grades the Clemson LSU game. When told about it, Brian Kelly knocks Dabo out. We got that for you next. Also, phone lines back open. If you want back in, maybe you had trouble getting in earlier, 615-737-1045. Football season is snack season. Do it the right way. Watch your games, but make sure you snack the right way. I want to tell you about my new obsession, Daisy French Onion Dip. One of my guilty pleasures during football season is eating dips with chips, wings, veggies while watching all of the big games. And now Daisy came out with a delicious Daisy French Onion Dip and a Daisy Ranch Dip, and these are game changers. These are as delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you would find in your own kitchen. Look for Daisy French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you, and we're all watching games this fall. It is football season and snack season. Also, maybe having people over. You got your technology game set, but you need to have your snack game set as well. You can't have chips without dip. Having said that, choose the best dip. Daisy French Onion Dip is the best. It's so great. And the perfect complement to all of the games that you will be watching. Daisy French Onion Dip at all grocery stores. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. Man, we love football season around here.
I like it. I love it.
Y'all talking about college football?
Yes.
Coach is starting to talk smack now.
That's good.
Coach is starting to say stuff that I love.
So Clemson LSU, I went back and rewatched it again. LSU dominated that second half of that game. I mean, dominated it.
Pure
And if you
that was
didn't see
impressive,
it,
man.
you could just listen to the coaches.
Yeah, so this is Dabo Swinney and then Brian Kelly, the Clemson coach, and then the LSU coach, because the Clemson coach says stuff like he grades the game. Basically, he gives them grades like they were in school, and then somebody tells Brian Kelly what Dabo Swinney gave them grade wise, and yeah, he bodies up.
It's like getting the final exam day one of class. They made a 65, we made a 58. Neither one of us were great.
We dominated him in the second half. So he's either a really good grader for, giving himself a 58, or he's a really hard grader on us, or he didn't see the second half, which that might be the case. He might not have wanted to see the second half.
Ooh, let's go, BK.
That's how you answer.
Okay.
All the talking leading up to the game.
That's a little out of character for BK.
It is, huh?
He's
feeling
himself.
good about this team. Remember, we talked about it at SEC Media Days.
Yep.
When we were sitting there, we were like, oh, he likes this team.
Well, it was almost
you
like
can tell.
It was almost like I felt like it was kind of like what we deal with the offensive line of the Titans. Like we all think that they're much, much better and that they're actually pretty good, but we're all scared about like getting on that ledge. Like is it going to be Thelma and Louise? We going over at 100 miles an hour?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were like that about when we were at Media Days talking about LSU's defense was going to be so much better. And I was kind of right there with that part of it too. And a lot of people were talking about Nussmeier and that he's much better than what he showed last year because people knew that LSU couldn't run the ball and they'll be able to run the ball this year. So, I mean, a lot of people talking about LSU in that Final Four mix. I know Lee Corso did. Kirk Herbstreit did a little video, which was so great, on Instagram with Lee Corso. And he asked for his Final Four, and Lee Corso went LSU, Clemson, Penn State, and Notre Dame. LSU and Penn State in the championship game, with LSU winning the national championship.
That's interesting.
Coach Corso was 6-0 in his last day. So
all those in schools, though?
What?
All those are all those the schools that he played for? I mean, played or coached for? Notre Dame? He didn't do Penn State, that's right. Or LSU.
Or LSU.
Yeah, he was.
No, he played for Florida State. He coached at Indiana.
Yeah.
And
Didn't
Maryland.
He have Navy or something? Navy or Army or something?
I think he had Navy.
Yeah.
He was quarterback's coach at Maryland, DB's coach at Navy.
Yeah, it don't matter. My bad.
Head coach at Indiana.
It don't. Yeah.
You want to go through the course of coaching process?
Yeah, I was just trying to figure. Yeah, we ain't even got to go through it, yo.
615-730.
So you picked LSU. Yeah.
One more.
You can tell BK likes his team.
That's definitely true, and that's where I was going with all that. We circled back. Arizona State at Mississippi State. So Todd Furman said money going in on Mississippi State when it got to 7. It's at 6.5 now. Arizona State favored by 6.5. How hard is it to get to Starkville?
So he was talking about Stormy. She lives in Vegas.
That's the problem.
And that's her game. What she should have done is fly here.
Yeah.
Do you fly to Tupelo and then drive to Starkville?
That's what Slay and I do from Nashville because there's a direct from Nashville to Tupelo.
Right.
Otherwise, you're not flying into Tupelo unless you can get a direct. And there's not a whole lot of places you can get a direct.
You don't want them problems.
To Tupelo, yeah.
So,
other than that, you probably fly Memphis and drive, or what's the other one? I don't know because I don't do it anymore.
Not Jackson.
But from Vegas, woof.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Woof.
I love it when you go woof.
Ugh.
That's the time.
That's not easy.
Put that on the bingo card. I love it when you go woof.
Well, she usually gives the little vomit thing.
Yeah.
Was like Earl.
Little
Earl.
Little Earl time.
Well, so there was a story. Actually, it was a link to this soundbite. Arizona State coach Kenny Dillingham talking about the challenges of traveling to small towns in advance of the Sun Devils game at Mississippi State. Check it.
So interesting is now that we play in a lot smaller towns,
we play further away from stadiums, our road games. So we stay about an hour and 20, hour and 15 minutes away from the stadium this week because that's the nearest hotel that's not a casino to stay at. No, it's the truth. That's some teams stay at the casino. That wasn't even a joke. But it's just the nearest hotel. And then you talk, some guys are finicky eaters. So it's like some guys at these hotels, they don't like the food. It's not good. So now we get like sandwiches on the side. You know, Texas Tech, we played last year, and our guys got sick the day of the game. We had about 10 guys that stomachs, they're getting IVs because their stomachs were sick from the food. I've never even said that, but it's just you're learning and growing along the way. So now it's like, okay, we need the food we get, and then if a player who's a finicky eater, we also need like a sub sandwich or a hamburger or something that they're comfortable with because you're gone, you know, the pregame meal and then the night meal if they don't go that amount of time with a good meal. So that's something that I learned, you know, when you're going to like Seattle, right? The food, you know, their food's unbelievable, but some of the smaller towns, it's harder to, you know, feed 160 guys. So we're just trying to adapt.
Okay, he's acting like they're going to, you know, the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
There is plenty of burgers and whatever else at all of these small towns. Texas Tech has
So
some
ridiculous.
great food in Lubbock, like amazing food options.
Well,
I love Kenny, but he is so dramatic.
I love Kenny, but he is so dramatic. And this little nugget is going around the Mississippi State community. They are really fired up
and
about
they
this.
are pissed.
So the Texas
Listen, they're in bad moods there because their football team
Has
and
sucked.
program has been a disaster. So
We're also in the middle of Mississippi, so that.
Well, and it's, I mean, Mike Leach, RIP, he passed away 10 days before signing day. So they've been in a hole. But Kenny Dillingham on the differences between blah, 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 blah. So the tweet that went out was, we stay about an hour and 15 minutes away from the stadium this week because of the nearest hotel that's not a casino. Chris Lowe retweeted and wrote, not really. And I was like, wow.
Dang,
Okay.
CeeLo.
5 o'clock hour coming up. Ben will lead us off. He wants to talk about Alabama if you want in. We're talking college football. We're talking Alabama. We're talking Titans Broncos. 615-737-1045. Upton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle, whether you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep, new or pre-owned. These are your guys. Daniel Gupton and his crew ready to help you out. Just let them know what you're looking for, whether you need something with better gas mileage, maybe a little more room in the vehicle, maybe you need a third row. Whatever you're looking for, let them know, and they'll point you in the right direction. Take your test drive. You'll go inside. They will help make the numbers work. They'll get you approved. No problem. GuptonMotors.com. That's the website. All the dealership information is there. Address, phone number, inventory, new, pre-owned. They've got tremendous pre-owned inventory, and they'll be able to help you out and get you set. GuptonMotors.com. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee, about 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. This will be your best vehicle buying experience that you will have ever experienced. And I've bought multiple vehicles from these guys. They're awesome, awesome people. Go check them out. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in Springfield, Tennessee, just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Good evening. It is 5:04. I'm Joseph Bonanno, live from the Circus Sports at Kentucky Downs Studios. The Tennessee Titans versus Broncos injury report. First one of the week is out for the Titans. Tackle Dan Moore Jr. did not practice with an ankle injury. Cornerback L'Jarius Sneed was limited with a knee injury, and safety Kevin Winston Jr. limited with a hamstring. As for the Broncos, they had 5 players on the injury report. Nick Bonito, Marvin Mims, and Alex Singleton were all full go on Wednesday. However, tight end Nate Adkins did not practice with an ankle, and linebacker Dre Greenlaw, who the Broncos signed this offseason, did not practice with a quad injury. In other news around the NFL, injury news for the Cowboys before the NFL opener tomorrow night. Cornerback Trayvon Diggs and offensive tackle Tyler Guyton are both off the report and good to go for Thursday. For our foundation repair and waterproof needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Welcome in to 3HL right on 104.5 The Zone. We're locked and loaded on this hump day.
And he's Ron Slade.
I'm in the building. And understand this. The car doesn't want to have a roof, but we're going to get to this injury report in just a minute, but that's Dawn Davenport. What up, Babsy?
What?
I got your whole
Who's
name.
Dawn Davenport?
Yeah, that's the news anchor.
Let's go. Happy Wednesday to you.
What up, Babsy? Injury report is out, Babsy. Yoral is with us. Will be with us momentarily, but
it
injury
is.
Report, Babsy.
And for starters,
yes,
isn't it nice to see such a short injury
I know
report?
Absolutely.
From the Titans, although the concerning one, Dan Moore Jr. there with the ankle injury and did not practice. L'Jarius Sneed and Kevin Winston Jr., I think, not a surprise. Knee, hamstring, limited. Not a surprise at all on even on a Wednesday. Good news. No Sweat.
No Sweat.
No Ridley.
That's right.
No.
Yep. The guys that set up.
Latham, he missed some time last week.
So good news from that standpoint. No Zeitler, no Cush.
Yep.
No, none of this.
Yes.
Bad news on Dan Moore Jr., but
frantic about this? It's been Wednesday? Me either. Okay.
It's Wednesday.
I'm with you.
It's Wednesday. It's early.
Yeah.
He's a vet.
Yep.
Also, he hasn't missed any practices since he's been here, so this could literally just be maybe a rest day for him.
Yeah, a little precaution, that's all.
I don't know about that, but
maybe not like rest, just chill for a little bit.
Yeah, just hold on. Probably something happened. Like, let's give him another day, see how I react. Listen, I woke up yesterday and could barely walk. Today I feel much better. And
what was wrong with you?
Man, the stupid gout.
Oh, it's back?
Man, it came back, man.
You're gonna have to
Monday.
start taking some medication.
Yeah, I got some now, but if you don't catch it before, it takes too long to kick in when it's rolling. So now it's kicking back in. So
you need Dawn Davenport's reverse hocus pocus.
Yes. But she the one gave me gout.
No gout. That is ridiculous. I'm the one who told you what it was.
I know.
Dr. Davenport. Well, she just gave you the no gout. So I don't go away now.
Babsy.
Yeah.
Way to reverse.
All right, 615-737-1045. All right, Missy Elliott. Ben in Hendersonville. Ben, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
So before I get into my Alabama rant, the ASU coach complaining about food just is laughable to me. I played at the NAI level. Our pregame meal was Golden Corral. I just laugh when Division I coaches talk about lack of meals or struggle to get food.
Yeah, there's nothing like that at Salisbury State that's been out there for a while.
And them damn rolls.
Right.
They usually have the chocolate fountain too, right?
Yes.
I think they got rid of it during COVID.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Chocolate ice cream.
COVID got everything.
No, I just think he was basically telling everybody his players are soft. Is kind of how I took that.
Go.
Yeah.
But to get to my Alabama rant real quick, I think first off, my main takeaway was I think we, as Alabama fans, owe Jalen Milroe an apology because I think we all just assumed he was out the door, everything was fixed. That was one of my main takeaways.
Good point.
All right, it wasn't Jalen Milroe in the last 2 years. That was the excuse. So that was my main takeaway. Also, y'all were talking about Ryan Williams. I don't think anybody truly wants him to transfer, but I was listening to an Alabama podcast, and an interesting stat was, the last time Ryan Williams caught for 100 yards in a game?
Yeah, week 4 of his freshman season.
Yep, 928 against Georgia. So that stat kind of pops out to me, but in no way do we want him to transfer. But just the defense, man, all off season, I just heard from all the writers that, this is a Nick Saban type of defense. We got some dogs. Well, I don't know what kind of dogs we had out there, but it did not look like what they talked about all off season. So that was alarming. It was effort. You just, slow to the ball. My last point, everybody wants to blame Ty Simpson and be hard on that kid. His first start, we knew Ty Simpson did not have to be great. Everybody said he's just got to be good with this team. He wasn't very good, but I will say he was one of 3 players I saw given 110%.
I'm with you on that, and he's way down
the Alabama
list.
Crimson Tide.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
There's a list of 15 things of why we lost. He might be on the list, but he's at the bottom. He was trying to run over linebackers to get first down. Him and Jeremy Bernard are the 2 guys that I walk away from the game and say they gave everything they had.
Well, big one coming up against Georgia. You can kind of get things turned around a little bit with a win there. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it, man. 615-737-1045.
So many people had issues, too, with Ryan Williams pulling up to the stadium or getting off the bus holding a stuffed animal. It was like a T-Rex stuffed animal. That has Alabama fans absolutely triggered right now.
Guess what, though, Baz? I told them this, man, what was it, 2 or 3 years ago? Like, this is a different generation of kid. Like, these guys have fingernails painted and all it's all kind of different things going on now. So, hey, man.
Nobody really knows the story behind why he did it either. Who knows?
That's your dog. That's your dog.
So one of the other things A.J. McCarron said about Ryan Williams, I couldn't find the audio clip of this, but he basically said that he looked terrified going across the middle, like he was scared to be hit. And that's what A.J. McCarron was calling out Ryan Williams for, is being scared to take a hit in that football game.
Hey, boy, I'm telling you one thing, man. It's nothing like being around former players that played at their university and listening to them talk about their university. Like I'm telling you, like everybody got the ounces. Like I've been through it. I've heard it.
They're so bad.
I don't think I didn't watch Ryan Williams close enough.
I didn't either. Not to be
able to comment on that or see that. Now,
but
I'll say McCarron was on the sidelines right there. That's my view every Saturday. You see things that sometimes camera doesn't pick up. You see things that other people you can't see from a broadcast view, so to speak. Because you can see their eyes in that helmet.
Well, when I'm watching 30 games in a day, I'm watching the ball.
Right.
And so if the ball ain't going to him,
exactly.
You probably don't notice him very much.
AJ, go get him, man. You are correct.
615-737-1045.
Get the man out of there, man.
When is Bama, Georgia? That you mentioned?
In a few weeks.
Because
after the Tennessee-Georgia
game.
game.
Tennessee
Week 4,
first. That's right. It's right after.
After.
Georgia has Tennessee on the road and then Bama.
Golly,
at home. Austin Stanley, A to Z Sports, just texted us. Went to a high school basketball team camp in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Golden Corral was the meal sponsor. 5 days, lunch and dinner. 5 days.
I would have been stuffed turkey.
Love it. You guys know my girl Sisler, Lauren Sisler, ESPN sideline reporter, the one that wrote a book, lost both her parents to overdose and does motivational speaking now as well. Her pregame meal, wherever she is, before a game is Golden Corral. She goes by herself.
Really?
And eats at Golden Corral.
That's dope.
I make so much fun of her for this because I'm like, that's so risky. We're about to be on the sidelines for 6 hours. But from when you get to the stadium and walk around, I'm like,
and moving.
Man, that's a risky move, girl.
Yeah, that make me.
That's
nervous.
her pregame meal. Yep.
Sheesh.
M-Pop, y'all going to play the clip, break it down the Broncos? Yes, next. We've been all over the board. We've kind of gone where the discussion has gone. This is
Bob. Please don't. If this is the time that Alabama fans need Bob, let them have it. We're going to get to it. I promise we're going to. Like, this is important,
Slay
man.
just wants to wallow in this
Yeah.
Bama misery.
I always say we do the show differently than anybody else in the country,
man.
and that's why I'm always amazed that people want to talk with us about like, hey, can you teach our kids how to do this? And I always describe it like throw us in a raft or a canoe in the Ocoee River, and we know where the finish line is. We're going to get there, but we're going to go where the river takes us. That's just kind of how we do things.
We might take a little pit stop
Yes,
over here.
organized chaos. That's what we are. But yes, we will play that clip. Rhett Bryan giving a great breakdown of the Denver Broncos this morning on Ramon and Will, so you'll get to know the Broncos a little bit better. Thanks to Rhett. Next, 3HL.
Happening, y'all. Your favorite time of year is here. Seasons are changing. Football is in full swing, and families are making holiday plans. Speaking of family, growing up in the Nashville area is where my love for Shoney's started, right over there by old Nissan Stadium. I grew up on Shoney's breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's still one of my favorite places to enjoy a delicious meal. Shoney's has mixed up the menu, too, for you. It's proud to serve you always fresh, always delicious dishes, any time of day, fit for any craving. From the all-you-care-to-eat fresh food bar that changes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, to a delicious meal from Shoney's extensive menu. And I mean, they got everything on there. You can get classics like the Slim Jim sandwich, all-American burger, baked spaghetti, and breakfast served all day long. French toast sticks is my go-to. Make sure you top it off with a slice of their signature strawberry pie or a world-famous hot fudge cake. That's my favorite, too. Got a lot of favorites. Plus, if you're on the go with kids, sports, and school events this busy season, you can let Shoney's do your cooking. Just take it all to go or place an order for delivery on Shoney's.com. Whatever fits your busy schedule, Shoney's has got you covered with comforting, family-friendly service. They call it Southern hospitality with a twist. So make sure you come on back to Shoney's during your favorite time of the year, which is right now. Stop by any Shoney's 4 locations in Middle Tennessee, Clarksville, Dixon, Lebanon, and on Donaldson Pike in Nashville. Shoney's, let's eat.
3HL 1045 The Zone. Live from the 1045 The Zone Circus Sports Studio. Kentucky's largest sports book can now be found at Circus Sports at Kentucky Downs. And you can join Will Bowling at the Mint Gaming Hall at Kentucky Downs this Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., the largest sports book in Kentucky. Circus Sports Kentucky is now open at the Mint Gaming Hall in Franklin, Kentucky. It's just up the road, y'all. With an 85, just across the border, with an 85-foot sports book screen and stadium style seating, this is the best place to watch your favorite football team or sporting event. It's brand new, absolutely must see for any sports fan. More information, 1045thezone.com. While I'm doing these, I want to let you know that 3HL will be broadcasting live on Monday from T-Line from 3 until 6 o'clock. If you're looking for a unique experience, T-Line is a one-of-a-kind facility offering a full-service restaurant and sports bar with 28 TVs to catch your favorite sports. The venue also features boutique bowling and 3 regulation Olympic-sized sheets of dedicated curling ice.
We're going curling, boys.
Let's go, boy, man. Leave me on the sideline.
Zeph, who do you think is going to be the best curler out of the 3 of us?
I was
going to say me, but probably Dawn.
Can I get on no ice with these
It's definitely going to be Dawn.
You look like a baby deer.
Thank you, Zeph.
I'm only saying that because you're like super into it
I
right
was
now.
just practicing.
Slade is like thinking about walking on the ice and like, no, I'm good.
No.
Slade's
Slade doesn't even want to walk on it. Yeah, he won't even go on there.
And I think
I'm
honestly
about to be all over this.
Brent's going to be too busy laughing at me and you probably being super competitive at that.
I'm about to kick all your butt.
Listen, I'm going to let you in on something. I'm secretly good at a lot of things.
Oh, I'm sure, but I think you're going to be like so busy like laughing at Dawn and I just trash talking.
Here goes Big Savage, Ramon Foster on YouTube. LOL, let's go, Savage.
Yeah, I'm telling him to pull up a chair for the Bama fans that are venting.
615-737-1045. Titans at Denver Broncos. So the line went up to 8.5 today and then got pushed back down to 7.5. Titans at Denver, 3:05. Y'all went through the injury report. Let's learn a little bit more about Denver and how good they are. Zeph, you got Rhett Bryan ready to go from this morning with Ramon and Will. He does a great job of breaking down the Denver Broncos.
The Denver Broncos are not a joke. The Denver Broncos have built this thing. George Payton, I think this is his 5th year as general manager. And he has built this thing the way that you should, from the trenches outward. And that's the way they have attacked this. And so when you look at their offensive and defensive lines, both by free agent acquisitions like Mike McGlinchey or draft picks like Quinn Miners, he's built this thing correctly. They are the only team in the National Football League that returns every single offensive and defensive line starter from 2024.
Wow.
One of one. And their pressure success rate on both sides of this thing, impressive. The Broncos, you mentioned the 63 quarterback sacks, which led the league and by a pretty good margin. Broncos defense generated the 2nd highest overall pressure rate in the NFL last season and the 2nd highest pressure rate when only rushing 4. That's the magic formula right there, because that's it. That's the kind of defense you need to beat the Lamar Jacksons and the Patrick Mahomes. You cage rush him with 4 dudes and let your other guys work. John Franklin Myers, Zach Allen posted top 10 pressure rates. Nick Bonito, Jonathan Cooper ranked 11th and 21st, respectively. Patrick Surtain, Defensive Player of the Year, 3rd lowest yards per coverage snap. And then they added Dre Greenlaw, Talanoa Hufanga. They drafted Jade Barron. And then the offensive line in this, the Broncos offensive line, top 5 pressures allowed all the way across left to right. Like, they built this thing correctly. And it's setting up Bo Nix for success. And Bo Nix is Bo Nix had a very nice rookie season, 3,775 yards passing, good touchdown to interception ratio. But here's where it's difficult. He's a run threat.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that.
No, they don't.
He had 90 carries, for 430 yards, a 4.7 yard per carry average, 4 rushing touchdowns. But here's the hidden yardage: 6 explosive runs of 20-plus yards, including a 32-yarder. That's the stuff that you just casually looking at this don't think about. And then he has weaponry at his disposal, left and right. Obviously, Courtland Sutton is the lead receiver in this, but Troy Franklin, his teammate, was also a draft pick from Oregon, is there. Marvin Mims, who had a really great offseason for them, is basically the third receiver in their 11 personnel package and is their punt and kick returner. And then they bring in Evan Ingram as a free agent. Evan Ingram, since 2023, 957 yards when aligned in the slot position since 2023. And we haven't even talked about the running backs.
Right.
Wow. So J.K. Dobbins comes in as a veteran free agent that had worked through some injury situations when he was with, the Chargers last year? Is that right? Yeah. And then they draft R.J. Harvey from Central Florida. Beast. And, I know people are like, but Rhett, you keep talking about the Broncos. Well, it's important because the Titans have their work cut out for them.
B French on YouTube. They need to play this clip in the Titans locker room.
Yeah, because I'm like, dang, we're going down.
For real.
Like,
me too. Remember how confident I was yesterday?
Man, that's how I was walking into it too. Now I'm like,
well,
Mayor Straight said, I think the Titans are going to upset them.
I said they could. I said I liked the line if it got to 8, but I think they could win the game.
Hey, man, well.
I didn't say they will.
I might have to go back and pull.
Go back and listen. But then I started digging in on Denver today.
Right.
These boys. Obviously,
it is the worst possible start for a rookie quarterback.
On the road.
In altitude against this defense and what being this pressured. Entire team returns and how they pressure and all of the things. So regardless, keep your powder dry. Oh, look who's here. It's Red B.
I didn't mean to bring the room down.
I know, jeez.
I'm sitting there like, hey, man,
I'm like,
I don't even know
dude, this is ugly.
I just wanted to temper people's expectations because hope springs eternal.
You did it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, but here's the thing. They're legitimately good, Dawn.
Good.
Like, if you look at what they've done in the last 5 years, they are primed to open a Super Bowl window. They have a legitimate chance to win the AFC West division for the first time in 10 years because we know it's been the Patrick Mahomes show since then.
Oh, yeah.
But, and it's not, and the other thing I try to set it up with is if you're looking for building the footprint with the Titans right now, this is the way to do it because George Payton has not done it without error. There's 3 major mistakes he made. He gave Randy Gregory $28 million guaranteed money to play basically 10 games.
Yeah.
He traded for Russell Wilson. That didn't work out. And he hired Nathaniel.
Yes, he did. I forgot about that.
But guess what? The whole time he was acquiring the Garrett Bowles of the left tackle world and Quinn Miners, and he was drafting Pat Surtain. And they built this thing, like I said, from the inside out. The pattern you want, I would like to follow this Broncos pattern because they're a couple of years ahead of where the Titans are now.
Ramon says, all he's saying is it's not a cakewalk.
Yeah, because listen, I'm saying walking into it, I was like, hey, man, Titans might, like, this could be the one. But you got to look at it on the other side, too. Like, this is a team that's already built.
Right.
With a window that's open. Yeah.
I mean, Todd Furman said that they are going to eat Cam Ward's lunch.
Yeah.
But he also said he wasn't backing Denver. So, he's staying out of it.
Well, the other part of this, y'all, is we know this too well. Week 1 in the NFL is a liar, and we hope that that's the case for the Titans. I'm not saying they don't have a chance. I'm just saying in week 1, I wouldn't have picked this. They obviously didn't. The schedule came out to what it was. But you're going west. You're going to a team that place, it's always lit anyway. Yep. They're going to be feeling it. And this whole thing with the way they built it, they're knocking on the door of something special. And it's going to be, and Cam Ward has not been to battle yet. That's why I said he hasn't seen the elephant. That's an old saying that they used to say when young soldiers was in the Army, but had not in wartime, but had not been in battle yet. You haven't seen the elephant yet. Cam hasn't seen the elephant yet. He'll see it Sunday at 3:05.
And it's totally different than what he saw in college.
Absolutely.
Correct. And nothing like what he's seen all this offseason. Not even close.
I
His
can't wait.
preseason, you don't see. You ain't going to see that.
Yeah. I can't wait to see the battle. Calvin Ridley against Patrick Surtain, too, who was the NFL Defensive Player of the Year last season. Surtain signed a deal last September that made him the highest paid DB in NFL history. On the NFL Top 100 Players of 2025, Surtain was voted as the 10th best player in the league by his peers. 45 tackles, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, 4 interceptions, was targeted 62 times in 16 games, allowing 38 receptions for 326 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's 3.8 targets, 2.3 receptions per game, and just 20 yards allowed per game, 8.5 yards per catch.
And I'm interested to see because last year, I think 54% of the time, he would match and mirror against the best player. Let's see if he does that, because if you're Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator, you're going to go, all right, we know 0. Let's just move. You take 0, and we don't know what the rest is because I don't think they've developed everything yet. It's their first time out. Let's see if they can beat us. So let's have him move around because Riley Moss and all these other guys they have in the defense, Talanoa Hufanga in the back, they got no joke. I mean, this is the real deal.
Yeah, and you mentioned Randy Gregory. Nick Benito stepped in for him and then never lost that job.
Second-round pick who has paid dividends.
13 and a half sacks.
He had 11 games last year with at least 1 sack.
How about that?
That's crazy.
13 and a half of 63 sacks. Led the NFL by miles.
We usually call her the wet blanket.
I'm not necessarily the wet blanket. I'm just the reality blanket.
See, that's what I say all the time.
Reality blanket.
Just telling the truth.
Listen, I'd love for Cam to let's roll out there and throw about 4 tutties. Let's go.
Right. But realistically,
the real deal is they like to run. You've got to stop J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey, and then you got to get Tony Pollard downhill.
Yeah.
And then work from there.
They're going to play both of those running backs. And you mentioned Harvey from Central Florida. He had, 1,600 yards last year? Second-round draft pick. So they drafted him without Dobbins being there. They took Dobbins in June. So they drafted him with the idea he was going to be the starter.
Correct.
And now they've got 2 guys that they will change.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And just,
all fight.
I mean, here we go.
Yeah.
It's week 1.
That's how you jump into it.
Titans tonight with Keith Bullock's coming up. I got to go.
Billy! No wonder Billy was texting me.
Coming up tonight, Titans tonight.
I wonder if Bully's going to be as bullish on what he sees from that Denver defense.
Oh, you talking about his dose of reality. He sure got some. That's one thing about Bully ain't gonna sugarcoat it. That's for sure. Well,
do you feel deflated?
No, you know what I feel? I feel like it's one of those moments where you gotta hold. He's right.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was any exaggeration to it or anything. I think it was actual factuals of who they have on the roster, what they've done. They got a resume. Yeah. And they hit bad. I thought that was a key point. Like, they did go get a Nathaniel Hackett and a Russell Wilson. Mm-hmm. Like, he was almost one of those situations we were laughing at him, and then they fixed it. While still gathering pieces while going through that turmoil. So, yeah, this wasn't an overnight project that they had. This 2 or 3 years, and then you get Sean Payton in there, get Russ out of there.
Titans Broncos coming up, 3:05 kick. Titans radio coverage begins right here. League Company countdown to kickoff at noon on Sunday, right here on 104.5 The Zone. I want to go back to some of this audio. These college football coaches kind of going at it. But first, let's start with Lance Leipold on the Kansas-Missouri game, because I understand that a lot of us from here don't understand the rivalry that game once was. And Leipold kind of tries to give you some information as to what's going on the Kansas side of things and how important it is to that fan base.
Yeah, I've been asked about this game for a long time, John. It's been, I was walking in here yesterday and somebody stopped me. My wife and I were at church yesterday and somebody wanted to talk about it. I didn't know that was the right time to really, somebody said, kick their butt, but didn't say butt, and it was in church. I didn't really think it was appropriate, but so, I mean, you can tell it's picked up, it seems, ever since, like I said, whether it be through the summertime, whatever. It's, you try to push it off until it's the game week. I guess now we got to address it, right, and ready to go. And it's you can tell people are excited, and it's good. And like I said earlier, I think that's what makes college football what it is, and things like this. And but again, want it to be done the right way, and we believe in doing things the right way, and competing hard on the field, and have it settled there.
So
you're doing that game. You will be.
I
on
am
the
working
sideline.
this game.
Yep.
Yes. And I know Lance Leipold from working some of his games the last few years, and he is an adamant faceless opponent guy, right? That's how he. Some coaches are like that. Like they don't play into the rivalries. They don't. Like Kansas State, don't care. Never say their name. Yeah. It's all. Number 10, number 11. This is what they do. This is the scouting report. This is a faceless opponent. That's what everything is. So I know that this week is probably hard for him. But I also know he had to address it with his team because of how important it is for both of these like older fan bases. So the last time they played was 2011. Missouri's won the last 3. And this dates back to Civil War time. So Coach Leipold showed them a video on Monday with some of the alums, the football alums that have played in this rivalry and what it meant and how important it was to them and how big it is. So they play this year at Missouri. They play next year at Kansas. And then again, I think it's 20, 30, and 31. Yeah. But it's like the Detective Dawn this week is going to be on the trophy, which the original drum that you win was developed and made by an Indian tribe that was predominant in both Kansas and Missouri when they were against each other. And I mean, it's a whole thing.
I love it.
And we don't know it.
That's what I was going to say. I can't wait to get up and tell us how nasty it is.
It was Big 12 times, right? Because Missouri came from the Big 12.
And then before that, the Big 8.
Right, exactly. So that it dates all the way back to that. And so a lot of us as SEC fans are kind of like, what are you talking about? And these kids don't know either. I mean, I told you one that I talked to today was 6 when the last time this rivalry was played. And then with the transfer portal and all of that, like you kind of have to teach it. So it's going to be interesting.
From a Kansas perspective,
church,
that's funny.
That's when you know it's a rivalry, when somebody's dropping ass in church.
You better believe it. Oh, that was,
Right?
Heck yeah, absolutely.
Dropping ass in church. Okay. Didn't anticipate that one.
You know it's real. You know it's real.
I haven't really been paying that much attention to the bingo card today, but that was certainly one. But before the opener, we were talking about Jalen Daniels, the Kansas quarterback. And if you haven't seen him play, watch him play because he's had an injury-riddled career, and it's been tough for him. But he's a really talented quarterback that can run and throw. He's completing 80% of his passes, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception, but that's against Fresno State and Wagner. So step up in class with Missouri. Missouri is a 6.5-point favorite in that game. So we'll all be watching Babs on the sideline.
Yay.
Most definitely.
Can't wait. Yeah, Jalen.
What's on your game, Babs?
In his 6th year, by the way. So is his running back. And both of them went through awful injuries throughout their career. That's why they're still there at 6 years. 2:30 Central Time.
2:30
ESPN 2.
There we go.
What is going on with Mike Gundy and Dan Lanning? What is happening?
Oh no,
here?
I'm here for it though. I'm here for this.
So Mike Gundy went on a radio show. I guess this was yesterday or 2 days ago, and was just obsessed with what Oregon has been spending on their roster, saying that Oklahoma State only spent around $7 million over the last 3 years. While
you
Oregon,
better up your game.
While Oregon has spent close to $40 million last year alone. Then he was saying how they're playing really well, but they're spending a lot of money, and they put a lot into that. Just really obsessed about the insane amount of money that Oregon has been spending. So Dan Lanning got a hold of this, the Oregon head coach, and this was his response to what Mike Gundy had to say.
There is listening to him talk. Like I said, I got a ton of respect for Coach Gundy. Ultimately, how blessed are we to be in a place that's invested in winning? If you want to be a top 10 team in college football, you better be invested in winning. And we spend to win. Some people save to have an excuse for why they don't, right? And ultimately, he's a great coach. They've done an unbelievable job, but I want to be a team that's competing at the highest level. And we're really fortunate to be in that situation. So I can't speak on their situation. I have no idea, what's what they got in their pockets over there. I'm sure UT Martin maybe didn't have as much as them last week, and they played. So we'll let it play out.
And that was like a 27-7 game. That's what the shot was there.
Yeah, he needed to
I love
Bama
these
into that, too.
coaches. I love these coaches going
Bama
at
ain't got
each
no
other.
money. They ain't got no money. They only got $20 million. A little bit low, but below $20 million.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Poor Bama.
Oh, it's so good.
It always comes back.
3HL live from the 104.5 The Zone Circus Sports Studio. Kentucky's largest sports book can now be found at Circus Sports at Kentucky Downs. When we come back, the 3HL bingo card and more. That's coming up. Stay tuned. United Structural Systems is a foundation repair and waterproofing company that has served the Middle Tennessee area since 1994. When USS comes to your house, you're getting problem solvers who provide peace of mind to their customers, the homeowner. You're not getting someone who's worried about meeting a sales quota or upselling the next big thing, but someone there to educate you and help you understand what's happening with your home. At USS, their only measure of success is how satisfied the homeowner is, not a closing ratio. This attitude and culture is the reason that they keep employees year after year, from project managers to customer service to production. Some employees have been there more than 25 years. If you need waterproofing foundation repair help, maybe you have questions, United Structural Systems, USSTN.com, over 30,000 100% satisfied residential customers. Homeowners trust USS, keeping homes dry and stable. We guarantee our best. Call USS 615-488-7855. USS serving Middle Tennessee, Southern Kentucky, and Western Kentucky. Online, USSTN.com.
Let's face it, buying a vehicle should be straightforward and stress-free, and that's exactly how Two Rivers Ford has been doing business for decades. This locally owned dealership has a non-commissioned sales team whose only focus is to find you the right vehicle at the right price without the pressure. So you'll actually have a fun car buying experience. Great prices, easy financing, and a non-commissioned sales team. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Britt Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay.
Yo.
Broadcasting live from the 104.5 The Zone Circus Sports Studio. Kentucky's largest sports book can now be found at Circus Sports at Kentucky Downs. Next couple of days, we'll be hitting on that Titans-Broncos matchup hard. So the left tackle missed practice today with an ankle.
Yeah.
Dan Moore.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy seeing that on the
I'm petting
little list.
All right now.
There's only 3 players on the list.
That's beautiful.
The other 2 are not surprises at all. Snead and Winston Jr. Limited.
Yeah,
We'll see how the week goes. 3HL bingo card. These are things that I didn't anticipate seeing on the final edition of the bingo card. You're so happy you can't breathe. Coach Mack talking to you about the Alabama situation.
Yeah, I wasn't really happy. Telling you.
That's what you kept trying to sell him.
I'm telling him, man. Like, I don't like to see Bama down like this.
And then
stop.
They're going crazy.
You're dropping ass in church.
If you're doing that, you know it's real.
That
A rivalry's real, baby.
Oh.
They see it.
You just made the 3HL bingo card while we were doing the 3HL bingo card.
You know it's real, yo.
If you're doing that,
that right?
you know it's real. That was Babsy. And she was talking about the Kansas and Missouri rivalry.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Kicked their ass.
You also said, I believe you said this to Dawn when you said, I like when you woof.
I did. I like when she woofs. Her little sound effects, man.
Yeah, she's been on fire with the sound effects. She need her own board.
Yeah, just do a bunch in a row real quick.
It's not even that one. I mean, I do love that one. That's my favorite.
It's a little subtle.
But it's like, me and Slay will be talking about something, and then you'll hear this little,
Yeah, that the man is good too.
Man. We could make like a stuffed animal thing out of you where, you punch the little belly on the doll and they make these noises.
Okay, we did find this I think it's a TikTok or Instagram of an American Idol girl.
Yeah.
Who just got up there and just freestyled. Basically.
It was incredible.
It was incredible, but every other word was F. But I was like, she's my spirit
I
animal.
forgot.
What was it? What was she saying?
Every
It was
word was F.
So was.
I really debated playing this.
I know. Maybe
If we
we
could
could
beep it out, we
tomorrow.
could.
They are
I mean,
beeped.
it would be all
was it?
beeps.
Mm-hmm.
It would be all beeps.
Oh, yeah, that's
But I
definitely
felt it
something
in
that
my
may or may not be
soul.
funny. Yeah.
I'm like, this is me.
If Babs was a rapper, this is what it would be.
This is what mine would sound like.
Mm-hmm.
I really thought that Babs wrote this song. Is what
She did. I guarantee she did. I'm guaranteeing it.
I could not stop. I think it's old too, but I could not stop watching
Yeah, it
it.
definitely was one of the older American Idols.
I
And
could
then-
not remember it.
And then
Or I did not remember.
and then I sent it to y'all, and I was like, "There's so many reasons to love this and not be able to quit watching."
Maybe we'll play it tomorrow.
And then Slay didn't respond until Babs was like, "I can't quit watching either." And Slay's like, "Okay, I guess I
Okay, let
gotta
me
check
go
it
look at
out."
it.
Like Mayor sends weird stuff all the time.
It was her line was "Shut the up."
Traffic, shut the F up.
Yep.
Groceries, shut the F up.
Which I was like, yes, and yes, yes. Oh, I have a giveaway real quick.
Hey,
Babs
what you giving
Prize
away?
Closet.
Named George.
There
He
it is.
was cool, but he made me really bored. So I gave him to my mom, and she loves him very much
Here's Babs.
because animals are better than people.
Truth.
They try to cancel me, bother me, stop bothering me. I don't even like my job. Karens, shut the up. Vegans, shut the up. Babies, shut the up. Everyone needs to shut the up. Laundry, shut the up.
Laundry.
She's also flipping them off as she's doing this.
Everyone needs to shut the up.
Oh boy.
Traffic.
Yes.
Traffic, groceries, laundry, Cosign.
Animals are better than people?
Yes, I say that all the time.
All right, do you have a giveaway?
I do. Yeah, Bab's Prize Closet is open. Winning Wednesday with the Zone and Nashville Sounds. Caller number 5 to 615-737-1045. Right now, you win 2 tickets to see the Sounds host Gwinnett for Play Catch on the Field night next Wednesday at Horizon Park. How cool is that? First 1,000 fans, you get a throwback windbreaker presented by First Horizon. And all Sounds fans win on Wednesdays here. So.
I think we have that windbreaker.
I think we do.
That thing is cool, dude.
Is
if
it
it's
sweet?
the one that we have, it's like from 1985 when Steve Balboni was over there launching shots into the Greer Stadium guitar scoreboard.
Yeah, it's a throwback.
I don't know. Paul Mason's office. Oh, whoops.
Oh, maybe.
No, not gonna be there.
They had 2 larges. So I took one.
Oh, so you got one.
Good. I want to see you sport it.
Where you wearing, New York?
Does anybody, did you just tell on yourself?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Sure
Okay.
did.
Yeah.
No, I think
It
it was
happens.
left over from the last time they did this.
Oh.
What was that, though?
It was sometime last year. I know because I have one as well.
You stole one too.
No, it was given to me.
Yeah.
I think I stole
All right,
2.
we're
and
the
gave
only
one
ones
to-
that don't
Yeah,
steal
exactly.
things around here.
Exactly.
I gave it to Zeph because I didn't think it would fit Slay, and Dawn wasn't here, so
If it's not nailed down,
it's not nailed down.
it's gone.
Well, y'all can have it. I haven't worn it, but it is cool. It's very good.
I have worn mine, so you can't have mine. Sorry.
It's like a windbreaker type thing. Also, it's really dark outside.
I know. I hope it doesn't rain. So I am going
Where you going, Babs?
to the Two Rivers Ford Suite tonight. Love them.
John Barker?
Yes. My man. Yes, nice enough to give us tickets for.
How did you just transform yourself into like sweet magnolia?
Right. Like, my man.
Fried green tomatoes.
I don't know. Anyway,
man.
Descendants Zombies Tour concert at Bridgestone Arena with 3 6-year-olds.
Yes.
5 and 6-year-olds.
Get it on.
Say a little prayer for us tonight. We'll see how Baby Babs likes her first ever concert.
Let's get it on, baby. I am here for
Let's
this.
go.
You're getting
I think
ass
it's
in
gonna do
church. That was something.
No, dropping it.
You're dropping that. Yeah, you're dropping that in church.
So you feel better about the whole Alabama situation, Slay?
Oh yeah, like absolutely. It's not about me though. It's about the Bama fans. How y'all feel about it?
I think it's about your joy in this.
Babs, listen. This doesn't move me. This doesn't make me happy. None of the above. But I am gonna be a fellow SEC native and friend and be there for them.
Incredible participation today. We appreciate you guys. We love y'all. We appreciate you including us in your days and in your lives. We do not take that for granted, nor do we take that lightly. Hopefully we're able to put a smile on your face. Good night. God bless.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be unless you were an Alabama fan and the tide wouldn't rise and you just couldn't roll. Whatever that means.
Wow.